Live from Robbie Stadium on the campus of Wisconsin Lutheran College, WLCSports.com presents Warrior Football, where tonight your Warriors host the Muskies of Lakeland University. Hello, everyone. I'm Ed Rowie. Joining me throughout the evening will be Marissa Chevy, Scott Rowie, and the boss, Gary Whipperman. We are just about set for the Lakeland Muskies to take the field. We will have the prayer, the anthem, and we are almost set for kickoff. While we've got a quick moment, as the Muskies have not taken the field yet, it is homecoming here at Wisconsin Lutheran. These are two teams, Scott, that come in 0-2, but they both feel like they're on the cusp of their victory, and obviously they feel this is the day. You just don't know what's going to happen when you have homecoming. We saw the events last week. We had a hyped-up team in Wisconsin Lutheran, and then just didn't happen. They didn't connect. What is the key for Wisconsin Lutheran tonight? The Warriors, one key, what is it?
Yeah, I think we'll talk about this a lot during the broadcast. I think both weeks they came out with a very strong opening drive, established themselves, scored an early touchdown, got Parbs involved very early. I think that's going to be a big part of this game. Open up the offense on the defensive side. You can't let them get into the second level. It's going to be a challenge based on who they're facing this week. Again, we'll talk more about that as we get into the broadcast. But I think that from Wisconsin Lutheran's perspective, you got to start early, open the game plan up, and defensively do what you can to try to control that stud running back at Lakeland, which we'll be talking about.
That stud running back, Jatron. Oh, I hate to interrupt my own story here, but we are about to have our openly prayer. During the anthem, you might have heard those fireworks. We've been told they might be coming, and sure enough, back to our point, before the prayer and the anthem, talking about Jatron Beverly. Huge game last week. He did it all in 3 quarters. 343 yards, 5 touchdowns, coming off the opening week of 4 carries, 14 yards. So it was a real quiet first week. And last week, he exploded.
Pretty remarkable. We talked about last week with Carroll, with Raby looking so poised in the pocket and putting up video game numbers. And then if you're Wisconsin Lutheran, now all of a sudden you're coming back the next week and you're facing a kid in Jatron Beverly who 343 yards, 5 touchdowns, and set a Division III record by averaging 20.2 yards per carry. Pretty remarkable statistic if you think about how long Division III football's been going on, how many talented players have played at this level. For a kid like that as a freshman, and arguably really his first game. He played a little bit the first game, but last week was truly his first game. To put up those type of numbers, it's going to be really interesting to see how WLC works to try to slow Beverly down tonight, and if they can slow Beverly down. I think that's one of the issues last week was Carroll had a really easy time getting into the second level. The offensive line for Carroll was blowing the Wisconsin Lutheran defensive line off the line pretty easily, relying on the linebackers to make plays. It'll be interesting to see if Coach Tresky and the squad decides to maybe sneak and try to bring up a strong safety or something, or maybe spy Beverly a little bit. But when you're facing a kid with 343 yards in a game, it's definitely going to be a challenge.
Not only will it be a challenge defensively, but then you think about how that controls your offense. Do you think about how do you attack a defense like Lakeland who's allowed 39.5 points? You know, you get a quick score, now your defense back on the field. So this is going to be a real battle for both teams. Again, both coming in 0-2, but these are 2 teams that are feeling real good about where they're at. Talking to Coach Tresky, you know, you're not going to find a more positive person walking this earth, and he feels the next game is the game for him and these Warriors.
And I would just quickly add to that. I know we're about to kick off here, but I would just quickly add to that. He said last week during halftime, this offense is going to run through Justin Parbs. Now, last week he went 16 for 63 with a touchdown. Would have had way more carries if the game wouldn't have gotten to the point where it is. But if you can get the running game going early with Parbs, that's going to open things up for Davis. And I'd love to see them early on, if they get some success with Parbs, take some shots downfield. You know, we saw Jordan Jewell after the game last week, clearly frustrated. Took a lot of hits. He had 5 catches for 51 yards. I'd like to see Carter Schneider involved in the game, but take some shots downfield tonight. Hopefully we'll see a lot of scoring and an exciting game.
Muskies won the toss, deferred to the second half, so your Warriors are going to take this opening kickoff and defend the north end zone. And we are officially underway. Kickoff return to the 25-yard line. Coming in a little hot to this week, a little different than last week. Jordan Jewell on that return. Technology is great when it works. When it doesn't, it is maddening, the frustration. And that's what we dealt with, but we think we're good. We think we're ready to go. Bring you the game as the try to find our clock cam. It's gonna take a little while to get all the bells and whistles. We're hoping we're having some serious issues. We're not sure why the interruptions, but Davis takes the snap, hands to Parbs, who's got nowhere to go. He's trying to get to the outside. He keeps his legs going and drives out to about the 27. That was going nowhere, and he made something out of nothing.
Great effort by Parbs. You know, you only end up with a 1-yard gain, but that was about to be a 6-yard loss. And again, I think from Lakeland's perspective, they watched film. They saw that exactly what we talked about. WLC is going to try to get Parbs the ball early, saw it early. You got single coverage at the bottom here. Again, this is something we talked about last week with Carter Schneider. Maybe you can get him a deep ball.
Oh, ball snap. We got a free play. Davis trying to throw over the top. It's going to fall incomplete. It appeared that the Muskies jumped. We'll see if that is officially the call. It is. It remains second down, so it's going to go from 2nd and 9 to 2nd and 4.
Smart play by Palmer. He recognized the defensive player jumping off sides. The scary part is Davis wasn't ready for that snap, but he was able to control it. And again, we saw it down here. You've got you've got Jordan Jewell wide open, single coverage with no safety help. It looks like they're bringing their safeties up to try to control Parbs. So right now you've got 2 split receivers right now with one-on-one coverage. Maybe an opportunity to go downfield, 2nd and 5.
Home side camera. That's where you see the 2 receivers going a deep square in. Going to overshoot everybody. Looking for a flag, but nothing there.
No.
Just good coverage, good old-fashioned coverage as they tried to get Javier Murillo. And it's 3rd down.
Love the play call. I think it was exactly what we saw, what we were talking about. And, again, it's just going to be a game of adjustments, and we'll continue to see now how each side responds. Lakeland, now they're starting to drop their safeties back a little bit, 3rd and 5. I wouldn't be surprised if you see a handoff to Parbs here, see if he can break one.
Davis barks out the signals. There's the handoff to Parbs. Left side. Got back to the line of scrimmage. Nowhere else to go.
And they're certainly keying in on him as they should. You know, again, when you look at what they expect with Parbs, with the first 2 weeks of the game, what he's been able to do. Again, last week, 16 carries, 63 yards. A lot of that was early. The score dictated that WLC ended up having to throw the ball a lot. The punting game is going to be interesting. A lot of wind tonight. Most of the wind right now is
at the Warriors' faces.
Exactly.
It's blowing out of the south.
See what Mears is able to do here. He had a good week last week.
Gets it away end over end. Rolling. Coming out, and he's hit as he catches it. Warriors are going to recover it, but they're going to say he hit him before he caught it. And we're not going to be critical of the referees, but I think he's going to miss this call.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
It looked just as he caught the ball, but they're going to say he got to him a little too early. Let's
see if the refs get together and overturn that call, because I agree with you. I think that was clean.
It's perfectly timed from up here. Yeah, they're going to call the interference. All the referees in front of us disagree.
Well, the booth might a little bit too, but we're going to give the refs a break on this one.
He was right there. I mean, we had a great view of it. You know, it was pretty close, but call goes against the Warriors. So they're going to start on defense, and the Muskies take over 1st and 10. We'll see where they mark it off. While we have a moment, let us remind you that you can interact with us. Go ahead, send your comments. Gary's going to filter them, put them up there as you see right now, Mary Johnson's post. We're going to do that all night long, so feel free to reach out to us. Of course, we hope for all the love. You know, we're not going to post any negative, but we do want to hear from you.
Where are our friends from the West Indies this week? That's where I want to know.
Great Britain. First and 10 Muskies at the Warrior 45. Inside handoff, Beverly. Nowhere to go as he's wrapped up nicely by number 97.
Kyle Kubacki.
He was the defensive player of the week for the team last week. No surprise, he's in the backfield here.
Kubacki last week, 8 tackles, had a really nice game.
Switching out the footballs, Wisconsin Lutheran footballs. For the Lakeland footballs, they have different air in them.
And we talked about last week Carroll easily getting into that second level. Kubacki was the example. He had 8 tackles, defensive lineman, that's what they need.
Quick screen, left side. Beverly taken down right away. That's a great open field tackle. You can't ask for much more from Gabe Morgan.
Yep.
One-on-one. Getting out there, making the play.
So far early on, I think what we talked about, the Warriors maybe spying Beverly. They know that's where the offense is going to run through.
3rd and 5. Keeper. And he's short.
Yep.
Picked up 3, but maybe 2, probably 3, but it's going to be 4th and 2.
So right now,
our 3rd member of the booth, Gary Whipperman.
Yeah. So
they're going for it.
Right now, winning the distance contest is Atlanta, Georgia.
All right. Hotlanta checking in. 4th and 2. Inside handoff, Beverly. He's got first down and more as he picks up about 5, and it'll be 1st and 10 Muskies. So Atlanta's checking in. They're our distance winner at the moment. And it's hot and steamy up here in this booth, too.
Feels like Atlanta.
And you guys can make comments, and we'll put them on screen, but if you make comments about put so-and-so in and put so-and-so in, we're not going to put those up. We're not going to question the coaches' calls here. So
we appreciate the support, but we want the coaches to do the coaching as Robert Michaels shot deep, just out of the reach, and it's going to be second down. Good looking throw.
Yeah, and there's going to be a lot of that tonight. I think when you're dealing with a running back as talented as we are with Beverly, it's going to open up the field downfield for Lakeland.
And there's Beverly on the inside handoff. Gets to the left side, taken down again, Gabe Morgan. And if you notice, and I know you have, the all black from Wisconsin Lutheran, this is the first time in Warrior school history that they are in all black.
They look sharp.
There's plenty of alumni that are very jealous, according to Coach Tresky.
Running your sideline shots tonight, Marissa Chevy. She's running our sideline camera. Also, we'll be doing sideline reports.
Michael keeps it, runs to the right side. He's down the right sideline, inside the 10. Boy, he looked deep, didn't have it, pulled it back. Looked like they had a shot in the backfield, but
Seth Bowler was right there. Just he didn't have the quickness. He took an inside route on him.
I think that pass fake got him up in the air, and it's first and goal from the 9, and we're going to have a flag on the play.
Our clock cam is down right now. I'll go check it at the quarter. So first quarter, we will not have a clock.
We will keep you posted. 11:19 left in the first quarter. 5-yard penalty.
Austin, Texas in the house, and California in the house as well. BJ Smith from California.
Keep them coming.
Love Austin. Great city.
Oh, it is an awesome city, Scott. You're right. A little hot for me, but.
Wow, anything over 60 is warm for you.
That's true.
First and goal from the near 15, just inside the 15. Hand off Beverly. Back inside the 10. He got those 5 back.
That's the area right there that the Warriors struggled with the most, was right up the gut last week. And that's, again, where I was wondering if maybe they decided to start to cheat in a strong safety.
Huskies
quick
keep going. Beverly waiting patiently, falls forward into the end zone. Touchdown. Great extra effort from Jatron Beverly. And the Muskies are on the board. 10:44 remaining first quarter. So a 9-yard touchdown run from Jatron Beverly. Extra point attempt. Ball down, kick is up. Right through the uprights.
Heck of a kick. Peyton Lobianco. He had the wind behind him, but that was
That's what we're going to say? We're going to say it was the wind, but he got a good kick on it. Nonetheless, it's 7-0 Muskies. You're watching WLCSports.com.
We've had a relationship with Titus for approximately 4 years. It's a partnership, it's a trust. They understand what we're looking for, so the searches are very prompt and succinct. So having that partnership with somebody that I can rely on to know our culture and who we're looking for is extremely important. So the learning curve has been minimal, but I think the biggest thing is that trust, and it is truly a partnership. Not having to reinvent what we're looking for because they know our background, they know the type of personalities that we're looking for. So I think that partnership is just not having to reinvent every time we're looking for another position. They already have the baseline of what our culture is about and the type of people that we're looking to engage with.
Lobianco's kick. It was an ugly one, but it split both return men. Skipped down to the 5, and by the time it was retrieved,
Carter Schneider really had nowhere to go.
the Warriors were in trouble, and they're going to take over first and 10 from their own 5.
Anytime on a kickoff where your returners are running backwards to get the ball, that's a bad sign.
It was so bad it was good. So Lobianco, he's an early weapon so far for the Muskies. First and 10 Warriors from their own 5. Davis barking out the signs and signals. Inside handoff. Parbs to the outside.
Good tackle.
got about 3. Taken down.
Devin Harris.
No, that's
I'm
Justin McMahon.
Yeah, we got two number 4s on this team, right?
No, but that was that was 2. That was Justin McMahon.
That was Charles Kobe.
Uh,
Was that number 4 or number 2?
it was number 2.
Oh, my fault. All right.
We're going to have a fight right here. What do we got here? We got a flag on the play.
Before the snap, encroachment on the defense with contact.
So it's the second time already that a 5-yard penalty goes against the Muskies. And that's going to give the Warriors a first down, their first of the night.
And some breathing room after that kick return.
Good point. 10-12 remaining first quarter. Our clock will be up. We're going to try to get that fixed after the first quarter. Davis coming left side, throws over the top. The catch is made! Going up and getting it and bringing it down. Travion Green.
So we had a very brief conversation pregame of what we were hoping to see WLC do early, and that was one of them. You know they're zeroed in on Parbs. Take some shots downfield. He was well covered. Green just went up and got it.
Parbs loses footing. Might have gotten back. Yeah, he's going to lose a yard. It's going to say hopefully he got back to the line, but he did not. It's going to be 2nd and 11.
It's interesting watching Davis on that one because I think they had a stop and go on our side with Jordan Jewell, but he was well covered. He turned, found Green streaking down the field, who was well covered as well, but great throw, great catch.
Play clock at 12, 11, 10. Plenty of time for the Warriors. 2nd and 11. Davis takes a snap. Coming back over the middle again. He's got Murillo! Murillo inside the 20. So 2 deep passes from Davis. And the Warriors are moving.
Great throw. Unfortunately, Murillo couldn't keep his feet. He got tripped up a little bit. That's a touchdown if he keeps his feet, but a great throw and a great route.
Under 9 here in the first quarter.
So now watch what happens. Now watch Lakeland. They're going to have to back their safeties up because the Warriors are finding an opportunity downfield. They've done it twice now. They tried it on the first drive.
Play action. Davis over the middle. Nearly picked off as it's broken up. Charles Kobe with the defensive play.
May have an injury in the end zone. Looks like that's Jason Wilder.
I think it's Travion Green,
No,
actually.
no, Travion's fine. It's Wilder.
Yeah, one of the cornerbacks. I don't know if he got tripped up or if he got kicked. He's still in the game.
2nd down, 10. Play action again. This time Jewell. Taken down. Well, he had a little bit of seam, and it looked like he wanted to cut back, but a nice job defensively by McMahon.
Yeah, he was able to fight off that block from Travion Green. That's a touchdown if he could hold that block.
It's good work. 3rd and 2. Yeah, Jewell wanted to cut back and just couldn't find that seam, and then kind of stumbled and staggered, reached the ball out, and now it's 3rd and 2.
I'd go right back this way with Jewell.
Oh, and Jewell was moving. And that's going to back him up 5. He was anxious.
Well, like I said, after last week's games, we saw him sitting on the sidelines, and he was not in a good mood after last week's game. So take advantage of that fire in his belly right now. Get him the ball.
Yeah, I loved his attitude last week, Scott. I went and talked to him after, and he was genuinely upset about losing that game and the way they lost it. I mean, you knew he was going to come back fired up this week.
That voice you heard is Gary Whipperman, producer tonight. So again, send your comments, and he'll be posting them. Davis looking, broken up.
Never was there.
Tried to fit it through a tight window, and it was broken up. Tried to get Jewell. 3 Lakeland Muskies there. It's 4th and 7, and it looks like the Warriors are going to stay right here. They started at their 5. They moved down to the 14. Play clock down to 20.
I think they're going to take a timeout. Maybe not.
By the way, Javier Murillo's birthday today.
Happy birthday, Javier.
Interesting you bring up Murillo because on that play, I don't think Davis saw him. That play, he looked right the entire time. Murillo got free on the opposite end zone on a post route and was wide open. Somehow he got free of a cornerback.
Our buddy Pamela Martinez checking in, as she did often last week. Glad to see you back, Pamela.
Timeout on the field while we have a moment. Sit means sit. Just a reminder, stick around for the Sit Means Sit halftime report. Marissa Chevy will have an on-field interview with Coach Tresky. Scott and I will give you a recap of the first half. All coming up at halftime, and that is our sponsor, Sit Means Sit. On to attempt the 36-yard field goal.
He's got the wind behind him. No, actually, this is in his.
This is into
Sorry,
it.
yeah.
30-yarder.
Oh, yeah. See, I was right the first time. Ortega.
Got it.
Got it.
There we go.
Arnulfo Ortega puts the Warriors on the board. So a drive that did not look promising at the beginning turns into 3 points. And our score with 7:44 remaining in the first quarter. WLC trails the Muskies of Lakeland 7-3. You're watching WLCSports.com.
You're watching the Quick Trip Glazers Bowl, live from
Back live from Robbie Stadium on the campus of Wisconsin Lutheran College. Arnulfo Ortega set to kick off. Another short kick, little pooch. They're going to call fair catch. And that's right where the Muskies will take over. 1st and 10 from the 42. If you're wondering why they do that, in talking to Coach Tresky, he feels it's the best way for his defense to set up. Doesn't trust return game so much on the opponent side and just decides this is the best way for him. Live look at the Warrior student section, taking it all in. I don't think they realize there's a camera in front of them. I think if we told them that thing would be good, they'd be going nuts.
I think once they see it moving, that's usually what triggers some energy.
Muskies taking over 1st and 10 at their own 43. 7:44 remain first quarter. Back to throw is Michael. Throws off to Jatron Beverly. Drives his leg forward just shy of first down. It's going to be 2nd and 1.
One thing we haven't talked about is for the last couple of weeks, it was Lane Sobieski starting, and this week, Lakeland deciding to go with Robbie Michael.
Michael takes the snap, hands it to Beverly. Beverly up the middle, keeps going under everybody's tackles. Arm tackles up high, and everybody kept reaching high, and Beverly kept going low.
And now you can see why he's so talented. I mean, as a freshman, great vision, and he gets very low. He's 5'6", so he's already a small guy, and just gets himself low to the ground, wide.
If you're going to make the play, you got to get lower. And
They're figuring it out now, the students are.
Beverly patiently behind his right side. I don't know if you've noticed as you're sitting at home, but the right side of the Muskies offensive line is large. They are some big dudes. Love it. Good old-fashioned linemen.
And we talked about that last week because Carroll had a couple of big offensive linemen too, and that's not what WLC needs to see right now. But so far they've done a nice job with Devley.
Michael keeping it, breaks into the open field inside the 20-yard line. Scott, you can see number 70 out there. So they're going to hurry up, get set up. number 70 is Joseph Hagis.
He's a big
He
kid.
is 6'6", 440.
Wow.
He is a large dude, and you can see why they keep going to that right side. This time they go left side, and that's a new ball carrier, giving Beverly a quick break. Elmanzio Evans from Madison, Wisconsin. He picked up 6, 2nd and 4. Michael calls out. Hands off. Great play in the backfield. Breaking free is Jared Fitzel. Sprinting into the backfield to make that play. He almost took the handoff. 3rd and 5, clock running, 5:40 remaining, first quarter. Michael surveys. Quick screen right side, and it's dropped. Warriors needed that break.
Yeah, and I think Devley, again, you know, he's a
It's not that was not Beverly. He was out for that drive.
That was. Okay, I was going to say, because he's touched the ball almost every possession so far.
That was Elmanzio Evans.
They're going to go for it on 4th.
Beverly's back in. He flanks Michael.
And look at the middle of the field. I'd go right up the gut. Oh,
Nope, they're going to the outside pitch. Beverly trying to get to the right side. He does get to the corner.
Quick.
6 yards and a first down. So what appeared to be a gamble turns into a 1st and 10. Just outside the 10. It looks like it's just outside the 10, so they can get a first down, but about as close as you can get to that goal line. 1st and 10 from the 11, we'll call it. Michael throwing right there to make the play. Nice throw, but right on it defensively, Connor Martin. Looks like it's down to the 6, maybe the 5, so we'll call it a 5-yard gain. 2nd and goal. Beverly up the middle, touchdown. Wait.
Oh, wait, no, one ref is signaling it down.
Nobody ever signaled except for the players. But nobody's arguing, and everybody's marking the ball. So we're going to give Beverly a 5-yard touchdown. And the Muskies take a 13-3 lead. 4:52 remaining here in the first quarter. Not a single referee put their arms up. Lobianco on to attempt the extra point.
Really nice drive. Patient.
Went for it on 4th down and got it. Lobianco, his extra point is good. It splits the uprights, and our score with 4:52 remaining in the first quarter. Lakeland 14, WLC 3. You're watching WLCsports.com, and we're bringing you Warrior football live from Robbie Stadium on the campus of Wisconsin Lutheran. Peyton Lobianco to kick. Warriors trail 14-3. This is an offense that's put up 27 per game, but their defense has allowed 39. And if you're the Warriors, you got to just realize, hey, we keep the fight. And there's plenty of game left.
And I wonder, one thing we didn't talk about, I wonder if Coach Tresky on kickoffs, when they have the chance, if they're going to start kicking the ball downfield, because
there's Jewell coming back. Spinning out to the 29. Nice return for the Warriors.
there's that anger we talked about. Great effort.
And there's some energy from the crowd. Warriors take over 1st and 10.
Going back to what I was saying, I wonder if Coach Tresky, if you come down and score here on this next kickoff, you decide just to kick the ball downfield. It's a short field for Lakeland on that last drive, and they're just very patient. It's picked and poked away, led to a pretty quick and efficient touchdown.
First and 10. From the 30, they marked it at the 30. Quick screen, left side. Jewell catches, gathers, stays on his feet, keeps driving.
That's a first down.
And that's a first down. Love Jordan Jewell's drive there.
I mean, we called it. We don't know any more than anybody else, but just had a feeling after last week he was going to come out and have a game.
10-yard gain. Matthew Davis, he's looked good.
Yeah, now find Parbs. Get Parbs more involved where you can, because now, as we notice, like, you've got more of a two-deep safety look right here. Those safeties aren't creeping up as much. Let's see if you can establish a run now with Parbs.
They give it to Parbs to the right side. Cuts back, stays on his feet, picks up 12. First down, Warriors. Just like we talked about, this is a defense that has allowed 39 points per week. The season's young, but when you're giving up that many, you got to believe in your offense, and it sure appears that Coach Tresky and his crew are doing just that.
And there's balance this week. The first half of last week, a lot of Parbs early, not as much Davis, the ability to throw the ball downfield. A lot of balance this week.
And if you're Coach Colin Bruton, you're just thinking, okay, get a stop, and even if they score, we're going to get that ball, and we're going to keep marching. And we got a lot of flags here. A lot of people doing a lot of different things.
Yeah, the count was
looks like it was on everybody was on one except our center was on two. But we can't put it on him. We don't know that, but it's going to be a 5-yard penalty, no less, and it's going to be first and 15. 3:31 remaining.
And frustrating, but not a big deal. It's first down, 15 yards, and you're moving the ball. So just keep doing what you're doing. 15 yards, 10 yards, I mean, you're moving the ball well enough. Just stick to your offense. Got a blitz here.
Fake pitch to Parbs, throwing, catching inside the 30. Now cutting back into the open field. Javier Murillo down to the 23.
And I don't know if Coach Tresky saw the blitz coming and changed the play at the line, but we saw it up here, and it just great coverage from the offensive line. I think Parbs stayed back, made a nice block, and a great throw from Davis.
This first quarter does not want to end. We're still 3 minutes remaining. That's what you get when you get all this offense. Buckle up, folks. We got ourselves a barn burner.
Now let's get in the end zone here.
First and 10 at about the 23. Inside fake, quick screen, right side. Jewell drives his legs down to the 18.
Fought again for another probably 3-4 more yards. I think right now it's just confusing Lakeland a little bit. I think they assumed that based on the first two games, it was going to be heavy Parbs early, which is what they've done the first 2 weeks.
The ball moved real well in the first two drives last week on quick swing passes. We've seen a couple, but last week they were moving the ball, if you remembered, and thought they had a touchdown that was overruled. But they sure seem to be in sync thus far. 2 minutes left, first quarter. Faking to Parbs, throwing deep into the end zone. Touchdown! Warriors!
Carter Schneider just had to wait for that. Another great throw from Davis. Ball hung up in the air a little bit. He found himself in the end zone. He just had to wait for it.
He'd made a nice adjustment coming back for it. And the Warriors are on the board. 14-9.
Great drive. We'd love to give you some updated stats. It's a little bit lagged right now, but I'd love to see what Davis is doing right now because he's looking phenomenal.
Ortega's extra point splits the uprights. 14-10. 24 first quarter points. And our score with 1:55 remaining. Your Warriors trail the Muskies of Lakeland 14-10. You're watching Warrior football on WLC Sports. back at Robbie Stadium. 14-10. We'll see what Coach Tresky wants to do on the kickoff. Looks like they're going to keep it short.
Maybe he turns it and goes downfield.
One of these times they're going to squib it right down the middle and really cause some problems.
Yeah.
Ortega, there's a squib. It's bouncing all over the place.
Ball
Still live.
Nice play.
But the Muskies jump on it at about the 38. That's the kickoff that I've been waiting to see.
I think they could try to hit the middle of the field. There's only two guys.
Oh, they're watching that. They'll be watching. They see it. Muskies take over. 1st and 10 at their own 38. Well, it's been a really fun, entertaining first quarter. We talked about it in pregame. These are two teams, 0-2, but both feel like this game is their next game to get that win.
No Beverly on this series. Looks like they've got Devin Harrison.
Inside handoff, Harris gets to the right side. Keeps going, and he gets out to the 43. 40, yep.
Yeah, 4
Between
or 5 yards.
Yep, we'll give him 5 on that. 2nd and 5. Out. Little production conversation. There's Michael. Little dump off. We got all the refs up here say it was a hold. It sure looked like there was something going on, but it also looked like it was a block. But nonetheless, the Muskies are starting to march again inside Warrior territory at the 48. 1st and 10, clock running.
Robbie Michael, very patient. Just held the ball, waited, found Harris.
And there's Harris to the left side.
It's a good 1-2 punch for Lakeland.
Jake Ansek with the tackle. We were wondering if Ansek was going to be out there. He took such a beating last week. But he is as he makes that tackle. Under a minute now. 1st and 10. Muskies marching again. Michael keeps. Wrapping him up in the backfield.
See who that
Good
is.
open field tackle from Chad Simmons. Second 9. Now they give him a yard. Michael, hands off this time. Beverly, wrapped up immediately. Jared, nope, that's Davenport.
If you're Coach Tresky right now, though, you're talking about a kid, again, set the Division III record last week for yards per carry in a single game. And right now, Beverly, unofficial stats, but roughly around 10 carries, 46 yards.
That was Jared Fritzl on that tackle. As they hand to Beverly, J-Tron trying to get to the left side, thrown down. Boy, it looked like he had a seam and thought it was going to break it, but refusing to let go.
So they got the wind at their back, and the quarter ended. Not anymore. So I'm guessing they're going to go for this now, because now the wind is going to be right in their face.
That was number 50, Jordan Thomas, throwing him down. It's going to be 4th and 3. They're going to talk about it, but all likelihood they're going to go for it. But that's the end of the first quarter. Our score: the Muskies of Lakeland 14, WLC 10. You're watching WLC. Don't. As we start the second quarter.
Big 4th down play.
They stopped them short. They stopped them short. Big play for the Warrior defense. And they will take over 1st and 10. Let's send it down to Marissa Chevy. Marissa, what do you got for us?
Bit of a slow start for the Warriors on offense. There it looks like we finally got that momentum going. Hopefully they can keep that up going into the second quarter now here. A couple miscues on special teams with Carter Schneider's muffed kickoff return, and then a little miscommunication on an onside kick between special coordinator Lawrence Treadaway and our kickers. Otherwise, big key right now is defense limiting those big plays, and hopefully we can carry this momentum into the next quarter. Thanks, guys.
Thank you, Marissa. Big play on 4th down. The Warriors really needed that. Their defense really needed something, and they got it.
And it was Ansek, who we were talking about, who we were wondering, again, based on last week, he just took a beating. We weren't sure if he was playing tonight, and he was the one who broke through the line. They went right behind their big guard that we talked about earlier, and Ansek just blew the play up. Great play. And here we find the Warriors opportunity, march downfield, maybe take a lead.
2nd and 5. Handoff Parbs. Nowhere to go, but he just drives those legs, and now he's got his big boys helping him, shoving him forward. And they're going to give him a 1st down. It looked like he was stopped, but he refused to go down, and then his big boys came and picked him up.
Love to see that.
The old lineman jumping in.
For an offensive line last week that just got worn down by the end of the game, and rightfully so, it was a long game of great play right there.
2nd and 10, or correction, 1st and 10, as they get their signals and signs all set. Clock running, 13:45 remaining. Second quarter now, 14-10 Lakeland.
We're going to see a lot of Parbs here, I think. Again, you're starting to see Lakeland back off a little bit because of those deep routes earlier in the game. Got a timeout?
Timeout. Timeout, Wisconsin Lutheran. We'll take it with them. You're watching Warrior Football on WLC Sports.com. Warrior Football is sponsored by Albert's Plastering, in business since 1952. Let the highly experienced crew at Albert's Plastering Incorporated provide a full range of services to make your project run as carefree and simple as possible. With an attention to detail like none other, we are well known as the most trusted team in the area. Visit albertsplastering.com. 13:34 remaining, coming out of a timeout. 1st and 10 Warriors.
Trips on this side. See if this opens up something for Parbs.
Swing it, left side,
Right back to
Jewell. He drives, keeps going.
1st down.
Close. I think they're going to call him short. Looks
Yep.
like a gain of 9, 2nd one.
Ooh,
We got some happy birthday wishes.
just short.
That's tie number 6.
Nakia Castillo checking in. That'd be Ty Castillo. 2 birthdays today. All right.
Happy birthday, buddy.
Keep them coming. Please continue to interact with us. Gives Gary something to do.
I need stuff to do, you guys. I am so bored.
If you guys could see him, Davis going deep.
Might get a
Just
flag.
overshot him.
Ooh,
No,
yeah.
that was a great
All over
throw. To the right side. Tried to get Murillo, the other birthday boy that we know of. Falls incomplete. Good shot, 3rd or 2nd and 1. Go deep, see what you got. Throw to the outside. It is a safe throw by Davis.
Well, especially the way he's played so far, unofficial stats. But well, we have Davis 9 for 13, 155 yards and a touchdown.
I think he can go official. These are legit. They don't mess around up here.
Yeah, I think there was a lag earlier, but now I think we're starting to see these update. Murillo with three receptions, 72 yards.
3rd and 1. Look for an inside handoff to Parbs or a fake of some sort, and they're going to give it to Parbs. He busts to the outside. He's got the first down and more as he's into Muskie territory.
Phenomenal seal block by Rodriguez and Brim on that.
Good job mentioning the big guys up front. You know, we just talked about some of the linemen for the Muskies. We got to give the credit to the Warriors front line. They're moving the chains with their guys around them tonight. 12:30 remaining first half. 1st and 10 Warriors. Fake to Parbs. Davis over the middle. Catch. Schneider. Down to the 31.
Guys, if you notice that number 3 camera, that sideline camera, Marissa is literally running up and down the sidelines. Literally.
That's awesome.
All to bring the greatest views to our fans.
Connor Du Bois
Great effort.
on assignment this week. So we do not have Connor and his great work that he gave us.
What does that mean?
That means he had to work.
On assignment.
I tried to make it sound
Not
really
in
important.
Pakistan, you know.
1st and 10 Warriors. Davis barking out the signs.
Got Davian Towns single coverage down. Oh, didn't go that route.
Coming back and catching
Great
it is
catch.
Schneider. Woo. He threw on the brakes to come back and get that ball.
Something has lit a fire under Jules, Schneider, Travion Green. The wide receivers are playing fantastic.
Well, Jewel pretty much has a fire that burns all day long anyway.
Right. In the offseason, in class. 11:35 remaining first half. Warriors marching.
On both sides, both defenses have been able to control the running backs, which were the keys to the game coming in, and so it's forced both quarterbacks to make a lot of throws. Both playing very well so far.
Parbs takes the handoff, stutter step, gets to the left side, keeps driving inside the 5 to the 4. They'll mark him down right at the 5. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Well, everything's clicking right now for Coach Tresky and these Warriors. He throws the ball. His receivers are coming back, making great plays. Parbs continues to just pick up big chunks.
And they can pick up a first down before the end zone here.
Clock running, 10:45 remaining.
I think you go 2 times Parbs here, get that first down, or maybe he breaks through and gets a touchdown.
Play clock down to 10. Davis takes the snap. Play action. Crossing route. Overshot him, and we've got a flag on the play.
Didn't see what it was. Might be holding.
Inside, it looks like it might be a hold. We'll see what they discuss. And it is indeed a hold. That's going to back him up 10, so it's going to be 2nd and 12. Although it hurts, the way the Warriors are moving, you just got to shake it off and go to the next play. Still got plenty of cracks at it, and you got a pretty good kicker.
And you ask any quarterback, I mean, when you're throwing the ball from the 5-6 yard line, you don't have a lot of field. Right now, Davis, a
lot of space.
A lot more space.
Great point.
Silver lining of a hold.
10:30 and running. First half. Warriors 4th down stop, and now they're driving. Parbs takes a handoff, breaks to the right side. Tries to cut back. There's another flag. It looks like another hold.
I think so.
Ooh, boy, they're going the wrong way now. Travion Green right in front of the ref. He's hoping. But he knew it. As soon as he turned, he knew it. That's going to back him up 10 more. Now you got plenty of space. But now what you got to do is you cannot panic.
Yeah,
you can't
just gotta
try to get it all
yardage.
back at once. Might see that swing pass, try to pick up a good chunk.
The other thing is, the RPO that the Warriors.
Oh, it's a blindside block. That's a 15-yard. Boy, I don't know about that. A hold I could understand, but a blindside block, he was already in position.
Now you got a lot of yardage to recover.
Boy, that's tough. I don't know. Well, you got to go and see what you can do. Just pick up chunks at a time.
So the point I was going to make is the RPO is effective, but at times you're going to need Davis to run, and so far no carries with him, and I think Lakeland's picked up on that, and so the RPO is not fooling them at all. They know when they go there, it's either going to be Parbs or they're throwing. Davis isn't running. Second and a country mile here. I might have had an offsides I got missed.
Long way to go. Davis, there's a little swing pass out to Parbs, and he went backward. They've they caught that too. They were thinking along the same lines as us, and Justin McMahon, who we've called a few times tonight, makes a great play, and it's third and real long.
Yeah, you just want to pick up some yardage here. Hopefully you can get deep enough, maybe 15 yards, 10 yards, give Ortega a shot. Again, we mentioned earlier, the wind is behind him right now, and it was a pretty strong wind earlier.
Eddie Cuvas-Robledo helmet came off, so he has to come out. Lucas Lombardo is back up, steps into the play on third and long.
I'd like to see Davis attack the middle of the field here.
There it is. There's the catch for Travion. He's down around the 17, but it gives Ortega a shot. And there he trots out to the field. Field goal attempt. You know, they picked up a good chunk there. It's 4th and 13, 14. You're obviously not going to go for it, but
it was 3rd and 30-something, so, you know, that's exactly what you wanted.
Too many stats? Ortega sets it up. Ansek, his holder.
Still got a strong wind behind him.
Ansek gets it down. Ortega blasts it through the uprights.
Cannot oversell the importance of that third down play. Davis stepping up, focusing right on Green. Green runs a great route. You just want to chip away yardage at that point. Fantastic throw. Gets you the yardage. Plenty for Ortega.
And Arnulfo Ortega blasts it through from 34. That makes our score. The Muskies of Lakeland 14. Your Warriors 13. You're watching Warrior Football on WLCSports.com. Back live at Robbie Stadium. Ortega sets up to kick off.
Kick it down the middle.
There's a blast from Ortega.
Love it.
Checks up and into the end zone.
Love it.
Well, that's been set up, and he's fired up. He just blasted that field goal, and he just took that kickoff right into the end zone.
And we didn't talk about it. The other kicks that he was kicking, he was going into that pretty stiff wind, so that wind behind him, he was able to blast that kick. And now you've given Lakeland, you know, prior they had a 55-yard field after those kickoffs. A longer field to deal with now.
And it all goes back to that 4th down stop from the Warriors. They've had all the momentum since. They marched, had a couple of tough penalties. Let's see what their defense does. 1st and 10. Muskies from their own 25. Handoff. Beverly, he's taken down in the backfield. Great play as we show you our first quarter stats.
Ty Castillo on that stop. Did we say it was his birthday?
Ty Castillo, it is his birthday.
Happy birthday, Ty Castillo. Fantastic
Keep celebrating. Play. Yep, right there. 2nd 11 as you see the first quarter stats. We'll try to keep bringing you a little bit more. Michael shakes off the defender. Looking downfield, he keeps it and runs out of bounds. Looks about the 28-yard line.
Michael's quick. I mean, he had Castillo coming down on him hard. Was able to make a quick pump fake, and he got to the outside real quick.
He is the speed quarterback as he picks up 5, 3rd and 6. They had lost a yard on that first down play.
Another big 3rd down play.
Michael
bringing pressure.
Throwing deep, and he's got a man, and he overshot him.
He would love to have that one back.
He had him. He laid it out there and said, go get it. Number 6, Chris Crawford, and it fell incomplete. 4th down. Looks like they're going to go for it as they debate. Yes, they are.
We're still working on our clock cam, by the way, you guys. 7:59 left second quarter.
And I think they're going to I'd be surprised if they go for it, but maybe they are. I wouldn't be surprised if they just run the clock down and call a timeout, see if they can get
It's down to 15 seconds. They are going for it.
Love it. Risky call.
Why the? Okay. Throw left side. Got it. First down and more.
They caught the Warriors in some soft coverage right there, which isn't the worst defense to run in that situation.
And Devin Martin was open. You're right. He sat in that
Just
soft
went and sat
spot.
in it. Yep.
Picked up the first down. And now they hand off to Beverly. Picked up a couple, but he got hit hard.
Castillo again. They've done a great job with Beverly. For a kid who had a game like he did last week, they've really done a nice job with him.
2nd and 8. Clock running. 7:25 remaining here in the first half. Michael pitches it to Beverly. Beverly might have gained a yard.
One of the other things I'm noticing, I don't know if it's showing up on the cam, but we've got trying to look for his number, I apologize. Chris Crawford down at the end here, and he keeps looking over at Michael, putting his hand up, saying, hey, I got single coverage, throw me the ball.
Michael keeps it up the middle. First down and more. He keeps his feet, gets to the right side. Down the right sideline he goes. And gets pushed out of bounds at about the 25-yard line. First down, Muskies.
Right up the gut. Great run.
Hey guys, Connor Marissa Chevy is killing it on the sideline camera.
Connor, we still love you.
He's watching, that's why I'm saying it.
I will not take any abuse. Allow you to give abuse. Inside handoff, we're going to have a lot of people moving for the Muskies there. Yeah, I don't think anybody was set there. Oh, and we're going to have a sportsman-like call.
Mary, we're working on the clock. I'm going to try and get it at halftime. We've been having problems with that clock down in the end zone, so
We should say,
Oh, another one. This might be an ejection.
we got to say as they're trying to decipher things on the field, but I will say even here on the campus, I've looked over at the clock a few times where it's been stopped, and then all of a sudden it catches up. So it appears that there's been some hiccups throughout the entire, connection around this area for whatever reason tonight. It is overcast. Don't know that plays into it. Whatever the reason, we have. It looks like both the school and our setup both have been having some hiccups.
I believe the flux capacitor has stopped fluxing.
And there you go.
Let's get Doc Brown on that.
After the play, unsportsmanlike conduct, number 6 in the offense for pulling a player off the pile. After the play,
Wow.
unsportsmanlike conduct, number 6
Oof.
Wow.
He has been ejected. Boy, that's tough.
So I saw the play. He
original,
pulled
yeah.
the guy off, and then he was walking away. He said something. That's what drew the second flag, and I am not going to speculate on what he said, but I think we could probably guess what it was because it was enough to get him thrown out of the game, which is unfortunate. Crawford had just start to establish himself.
There was a 5-yard penalty for the illegal procedure and then 2 15-yarders. So it is currently 1st and 45. Wow. So the Warriors had 1st and 34. Well, that's been trumped now. Can we say that?
I prefer not.
Okay. It has been bested. 1st and 45. My goodness. Well, Warriors take advantage of this. 6:30 remaining, first half. The quick throw, broken off.
Wow, great play.
Connor Martin had visions of a touchdown.
He gets there split second earlier, and he is gone.
You could hear in my voice, I was right there with Connor thinking, I got pick 6 coming. 2nd down, 45 to go.
More importantly, he knocked it down. I mean, if he tries to go for it, it goes through his hands. It's a touchdown the other way.
Look for Michael you got to believe, and it's Beverly gets to the right side and steps out of bounds at about the 47, and then
nope. I thought we were going to get a personal
no, that
foul
was
there,
a great no call. He was right on the sideline. You know, he stiff-armed the defender. The defender gave him a shove. He might have a little dramatic flip or flop.
So far, a lot of their big chunks have come up the middle, and a lot of it has been Michael running. So you're 3rd in a country mile here. Let's see what they decide to do.
He's looking, throwing over the middle. It's caught and going down at about the 34. So like the Warriors did, they just picked up small chunks.
I think they're too
made it
far
manageable.
out.
That's too far for a field goal, too long for
They're
a
gonna
punt.
go for it.
You're going for it.
I think if you're the Warriors, stay away from what hurt you the last time. Don't go into that soft zone. Don't let these receivers just go and sit.
4th and about 19.
Bring in
Michael. He throws across his body. He's got a man. They're going to get a flag.
Yeah. Defender's got to turn around.
It looked like there might have been a hold in front of us. I see the referees talking, but it does not look like there was a flag thrown. And then you get the interference call inside the 2-yard line, so it's going to be.
That hurts. You go from 1st and 45 to that. That's exactly what Lakeland was hoping for. You get that type of
that's
call.
it. That was all you're hoping for. Now, I will say, you see the coaches on the sideline saying that was uncatchable. There is that argument. He was not catching that. He was where the ball landed and where the interference occurred. There was no way he was going to catch it, but the call is made. It's first down, Muskies. 5:33 remaining.
Tough
Their
play.
drive stays alive.
Michael had a wide open gap to run, and he saw one of his receivers break free. By the time he threw it, Morgan got turned around and never turned back.
Trips left, expect to run right. Nope, keeper from Michael left. He faked it right.
That's
Great play.
Castillo again. Did they get a face mask maybe?
There's a flag on the play.
Well, they are human beings, and you don't know if, well, it's hard to speculate.
We didn't see it from here.
Personal foul, targeting, defense number 10. Half the distance to the goal, automatic first down. Number 10 is disqualified.
Wow.
Wow.
That is a really tough call. So now, think of it this way, right? Castillo's got him wrapped up. He's got Michael wrapped up. He's spinning. Morgan goes in to try to finish a tackle. But you also have to consider the fact that the previous play, Morgan was the one that was called for the pass interference. So was there frustration involved? We didn't see it, but again, the refs are closer to the action than we are. That's tough for
Did
Morgan.
that say that was bad?
Yeah.
So bad meaning bad,
Bad
not
meaning-
bad, not
bad
bad
meaning bad.
Bad meaning good. Michael looking left, throws over the middle, or to the left side, my apologies, and it falls incomplete. Second down.
When you add sheesh on the end, that's never a good thing.
Gabe Morgan
Really feel for him.
set his helmet down. He's walking the sidelines, and what was great to see, true leadership from Matthew Davis. He was running between players to get to Morgan. And he, obviously we don't know what was said, but you can believe that was, you're going to be the best teammate in the world from here on out. 5:11 remaining first half. Michael keeps it. Splits everybody. Fumbled! Still on the field.
Oh, looks like Lakeland got it back.
Looks
Yep.
like Michael got it back. Boy, it was laying out there for a long time.
He was scoring.
Yeah, his eyes got big. He had an end zone, and then all of a sudden he took a shot and dropped it. Took a minute to regather it, but he did. And it's going to be 3rd and goal.
See Morgan on the sideline here, still trying to figure out exactly what just happened in the last couple of plays.
3rd and 2. Handoff, Beverly. Touchdown.
Yeah, that was easy.
Beverly's 3rd of the day.
You run behind your 440-yard guard.
Yeah, your 440-pound guard is a big dude, and he just cleared a path. He celebrates with an end zone touchdown. Helps his 5'6", 165 running back up, says, let's go. We just put another score on the board, and it's 20-13, 4:35 remaining first half.
Warriors got to regroup here. That's frustrating. It's 1st and 45. You make a couple of good plays. You keep 3rd and long distance. You get I think it was the right call in the pass interference call, but you get that call, and then the very next play, Morgan gets called for targeting.
Extra point through the uprights, and good. So Peyton Lobianco makes it 21-13. You're watching Warrior Football on WLCSports.com. Live from Robbie Field. Stick around, more Warrior action. Back live at Robbie Field. Peyton Lobianco set to kick off. It's been Jekyll and Hyde return today. They've been started at their 5. They started at their 43. We'll see what this one takes as the squib kick down the middle. Picked up by Jewell. He's got a head of steam out to the 35 where he's wrapped up. And your Warriors take control with 4:27. Their ball, 1st and 10 on their own 36. Well, we talked about it at pregame. We talked about it early. As Marissa goes into the Warriors huddle, we talked about it. It was going to be, we anticipated a lot of offense. We've seen that. We've seen some big defensive plays too. But at some point, it's going to be that one team that makes the big mistake or doesn't, and it's going to be that battle of attrition. Coach Tresky thought it was going to come down to turnovers and big mistakes. Well, each team has had long drives negated by penalties.
And there's one right there.
And they're
delay a game.
Right on cue.
Delay a game, offense number 12, 5-yard penalty, first down.
That's always the risk when you run an offense where you line up, look over to the sidelines. Very common in college football these days, but you're still fighting a 25-second play clock.
1st and 15. Great night here at Robbie Stadium. Weather's turned out to be a beautiful night as Parbs goes backward, losing 2. 2nd and 17.
And Lakeland is just not falling for the RPO at this point. They don't see Michael as somebody who's going to run.
That's Davis.
I'm sorry, Davis as somebody that's going to run around quarterback.
It's going to have to happen if you want it. You want to fake that to Parbs and now I'm going to do it. Matthew Davis, keep it. At some point you have to, just to keep him honest. The flip side, Davis has been standing in the pocket, throwing the ball around all night long. Drops back here, and here he right on cue, left side.
Woo. Thought about going down, decided to cut up. Great run.
Down to the 45.
Did he get it? He might
nope,
be.
He's short by 1. 3rd and 1. 16-yard run.
Yeah, all based
and it's
on
3rd
where
and
his
1.
knee went down.
Yeah, he was falling forward. So we're waiting for that. Now the defense has to figure things out here. Now there's another weapon as the clock ticks. 3:20 remaining first half.
Go right up the middle with Parbs here.
They haven't gone up the gut too often. Here he is to the left side.
Got the first down.
First down.
Great hit. Wow.
He laid the hit, and you can hear the crowd. He laid the hit on the defender as he picks up 5 and a Warrior first down.
He went right at Jason Wilder, 6'2", 175. Great. You just stood him up.
Just a good football collision.
And some friendly conversation after.
I'm sure it was where they're going to go for the post-game meal. Like we always
don't go to the Cheesecake Factory in
well, come on, it's not their fault.
They're still making turkey.
They are making turkey. 1st and 10. Inside handoff. The whistle.
They spelled Parbs on that one, I think.
Yeah, they did. You're right.
Jalen Harris.
I think it is Jalen.
Yep, Jalen
it
Harris.
is. He looks like he picks up, looks like we'll call it 3. 2nd and 7. So, yes, as we talked about, we get to this point every week and we start talking food.
Where do we go tonight, fellas?
Cheesecake Factory will not be a sponsor.
How about the hot dog stand behind the Quick Trip?
Yeah.
2:10 and counting. Clock ticks. Davis steps back, now steps up, rolls right, throws right. Catching Travion.
Great
Green.
Such a difference from last week with Davis. Now, again, he's got a little bit more time, but in that situation, stepped up in the pocket, rolled, had a field to run, decides to tuck it, runs along the line of scrimmage and fires a dart to Green.
1:55 and running till halftime. Warriors driving inside Muskie territory. Handoff Parbs. He picks up 6, 2nd and 4.
They're going more spread offense, and this is what I'd mentioned earlier. I wonder if they're going to try to attack the middle a little bit more because they're spreading Lakeland out a little bit. Didn't work early in the game, but I think Lakeland's defense is getting a little tired right now.
Stick around for halftime interview. Marissa And coach coming up at half, 1:15 and counting.
Plenty of time. 1:15 and a timeout. Plenty of time.
Parbs dances his way through the middle, spun down.
First down, though. Oh, are they going to mark him short?
I think he was short, just short. Yeah,
go quick.
About a half yard.
Go quick. Go quick.
1 minute. They've got time. 1 minute. Now under a minute. Third and short. 3rd and 1, we'll call it. I like the patience here from the Warriors. Parbs, right side. He's got the first down. That'll stop the clock momentarily.
They're just wearing down Lakeland's front 7 right now. This is what we've been waiting on. We've been waiting when Parbs was going to get his opportunity to get into the flow of the game, get multiple carries.
35 seconds to run. Look for a shot at Jewell as now the safety sneaks over.
Yeah, I think you're going to look at Travion Green run a post pad. Oh, nope, he didn't.
Stepping up, Davis.
Throw it away.
Boy, he jumped right into the down marker. You got to drop those fellas. Pass is incomplete. 2nd down, 24 seconds remaining.
Tried to make a play, held onto it as long as he could, and I'm glad he threw it away. That's why I was saying that. You don't want to get tackled in bounds in that situation trying to do too much.
2nd and 10, unless
you got a timeout. I think you can still attack the middle right now with Parbs or Davis. I'm sorry, Harris. Harris is in the game right now, but
clock ticking, 10 seconds.
Maybe find somebody across the middle. Don't need that.
Gonna back him up 5. So it'll be 2nd and 15.
Before the snap, ball start, offense was not set before the play. Please reset the game clock to 24 seconds.
24 seconds remain, as you heard. Reset the clock.
So
Might see the same thing that they did last drive. Try to pick up a chunk, get yourself in
the middle of the
field goal
too.
range.
Right in the middle of the field.
Ortega's got the hot foot. Davis stepping up, dances. Down he goes.
Now you got to call a timeout.
27-yard line, clock ticking, 18 seconds.
And you got the timeout.
Lutheran, their 3rd and final of the half.
Love to have those early timeouts back that they had to use in the first half. This is a great example that every Badger fan under Brett Bielema and every Packer fan recently has lamented about. It just comes to those points at the end of the half and end of games where you do anything to get those timeouts back.
Hickson, Tennessee. Happy anniversary. As Hickson, Tennessee checks in. 18 seconds left. Well, that takes away. You really have no chance now. You got to take a shot at the end zone because you're not going to get up in time to get the field goal unit out there.
You might be. I mean, obviously Lakeland is going to expect to throw to the outside where they can get out. It's a 46-yard field goal right now, so again, I'm more on the gambling side here. Davis has been throwing the ball extremely well. I would love to see them run maybe a cross pattern with 2 of the receivers, hit Carter Schneider or maybe Travion Green on a cross pattern. The middle of the field has still been open.
We'll see what they do.
Pull the safety to the corner and hit the middle of the field.
Lakeland's back their safeties to the 10-yard line, so they're anticipating that shot to the end zone.
You see Green right there. Just run a quick post pattern right there.
They're going to the end zone. Throws.
Never had a chance.
Incomplete. Tried to send everybody but a 1 crossing route, and now you're going to get the field goal try from Ortega.
He has the wind behind him. 46 yards is a long way, but he does have a pretty strong wind behind him.
Yep, the flag flapping to our right. It's not stiff, but it's moving. So it's gonna be a deep one. It's gonna be about 45 yards.
Ortega, just go through your fundamentals and do what you do. That wind is always, you'll take that anytime.
And now it's raining. Just as they set up, the rain starts coming down.
Get this snap down. Don't fumble the snap. You got a wet ball now.
Should be okay. There's the snap. There's the kick. Ortega.
He got it.
He got it.
I'll tell you what, it was a great kick by Ortega, but I'm not sure, was it Ansick that was holding it? Ansick
he was.
Took a I don't want to say a bad snap. The ball's wet, but he got a low snap and put it down quick. Ansick deserves as much credit on that, and he's not going to get that. Ortega with a fantastic kick, but Ansick really, really made a great hold on that play.
Arnulfo Ortega. What a kick. They call it 46 yards, and it's good. Just over the crossbar with 8 seconds remaining. 21-16 now. So the Warriors have had those drives. They haven't been able to capitalize. 3 Ortega field goals now. Need to punch it in, but they're sticking around.
And that's been the difference in the game, right? You think about on the other side with Lakeland, they've been able to move the ball. The difference has been is they've been able to hand the ball off to Beverly 3 times to get in the end zone.
And just as that kick went through, the rain stopped. It is completely stopped. There is not. This is there a mist? Though it might be still a mist.
I see a couple umbrellas out, but it's not raining hard.
Yeah, that's. I mean, we could clearly see. Yeah, there's still some mist. Boy, it's great job by Ansick to get the ball down. You're right, and Ortega, just enough.
And he's got to kick the ball through right now. We can't do a squib kick right here. Lakeland's got timeouts. 8 seconds it's not a lot of time, but if you don't kick it too far, it's enough.
21-16, 8 seconds remain.
Good, there you
Ortega
go.
blasts it down to the end zone, and into the end zone it goes, a touchback.
See, now you force Lakeland just into a kneel down. Perfect. We'll go to halftime. Just real quick with some stats before halftime. We keep talking about how well Matthew Davis is playing. Unofficially, 14 for 20, 213 yards and a touchdown. Justin Parv starting to get it going. 13 carries, 54 yards. The difference being both Parv's and with Beverly, these are 2 running backs that have averaged 6-7 yards a carry in previous games. You're looking at both of those guys now, 4-yard average, and with Beverly, 3.9, so about the same. So it's just changed the dynamic of what we expected of this game.
The scouting reports are out, and they are getting the idea that these 2 running backs are pretty talented. As Lakeland sets up, takes a knee, and we're headed to half.
Great half, fun half.
We're going to send it down to Marissa and Gary once they are all set. As Coach Tresky is giving it up to a couple of players, and now he gets set. Send it down to Marissa, Coach Tresky, and Gary. Marissa, go ahead.
Situation. Nice team. We said we don't want to play their game.
Remember,
Shout out to the kicking game. Arnulfo Ortega putting us on the. Been cool to see him get a chance to show it.
What adjustments are we looking to make going into the second half now?
So a big adjustment they've made. We isolated a defender we thought we could beat in man, and so they shifted their personnel, and now they're playing loose defensively. So the game's going to be a lot more underneath run game, quick game, until they want to adjust on key situations. Defensively, we just got to do a better job of containing quarterback run game. Outside of that, I love how we're playing, love how hard we're finishing.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Coach. Back to you guys in the booth.
there you have it. As we said, we got it right from the coach. It's going to be the battle inside. And who makes the fewest mistakes? That's what we got to do. We got to get rid of those mistakes. Like that, leaving the camera on Marissa for so long. That's called initiation, Marissa. It's halftime. Stick around. Take a deep breath. Go get yourself something to eat. We got a big second half coming up live from Robbie Stadium on the campus of Wisconsin Lutheran College. 21-16, your score. Lakeland up. But a whole second half coming up.
stats here. I should probably do that. I was going to talk about Tresky's comments, but...
Drumline here at halftime at Robbie Stadium on the campus of Wisconsin Lutheran College. 21-16 our score.
We've had had a relationship with Titus for approximately 4 years. It's a partnership, it's a trust. They understand what we're looking for, so the searches are very prompt and succinct. So having that partnership of somebody that I can rely on to know our culture and who we're looking for is extremely important. So the learning curve has been minimal, but I think the biggest thing is that trust, and it is truly a partnership. Not having to reinvent what we're looking for because they know our background, they know the type of personalities that we're looking for. So I think that partnership is just not having to reinvent every time we're looking for another position. They already have the baseline of what our culture is about and the type of people that we're looking to engage with.
Back live at Robbie Stadium on the campus of Wisconsin Lutheran College. Lakeland Muskies 21, Warriors of Wisconsin Lutheran 16. Entertaining first half, entertaining this homecoming crowd. It's been a great crowd. They've been very boisterous. We had a lot of offense. We had a lot of things happening, and when you look at the halftime stats, and you see the passing from Wisconsin Lutheran and Matthew Davis, he has lit up the field for 213 yards.
Yeah, I think the one thing that surprised me, well, first of all, I think Coach Tresky made a couple of good points. The first one, during his halftime interview, he had mentioned something that we had mentioned early on, which was we had a feeling that Lakeland was going to zero in on Parbs, was going to open up opportunities. They saw the same thing, obviously. Their coaches were up here, and they know way more than we do, but obviously took advantage of those one-on-one opportunities early, and that's why early on we were able to see some of those throws downfield. Murillo started really strong. Jewell started really strong, and then you saw Lakeland make some changes and start to widen out the defense, send their safeties back a little bit deeper, and it opened up the rushing game for Parbs. And so Parbs now 13 carries, 54 yards, but again, as you mentioned, Davis 213 yards passing. On the Lakeland side, I think it was a really good point that Coach Tresky made, that if you think about those 3 drives that Lakeland had to score a touchdown, in each of those 3 drives, you had Michael who scrambled under pressure and had 3 really, really meaningful long runs. And so if you look at the stats here, Beverly, who we've been waiting to see, we're excited to see after his game last week, he's having a good game, 17 carries, 68 yards. But again, only 4 yards per carry. So WLC has done a great job so far with Devley, but Michael, 7 carries, 84 yards. Those are meaningful runs, and a couple of those were really big runs, and a couple of them were third down situations, extending drives. I think the most, as you said, really, really entertaining, really interesting first half. You had 2 players thrown out of the game during the game.
Yeah, you never want to see that, but yeah, I mean, it just kind of adds to what's been going on. One was for 2 unsportsmanlike calls, and one was for targeting. You got to overcome all of that. You talk to Coach Tresky, he'll tell you just got to move on and make the next play.
But I think if you're Coach Tresky right now, you're trailing by 5, but you got to feel good of how you've played so far. The offense has been phenomenal. Davis has been phenomenal. Defensively, I mean, again, we go back to the play. It's 1st and 45. And Lakeland, what do? They don't do much. I mean, they just chip away at it, and then they get on a very long third down, the pretty meaningful pass interference call. And so those plays happen. But relative to what we saw last week, the Warriors' defense has really played well. Castillo, the birthday boy, has been phenomenal. I think, if I'm not mistaken, he's got 8 tackles so far, 7 tackles so far. Morgan with 5. Ansick has been active, and again, we made a big deal out of this, but I think it's an important play of the game. The 46-yard field goal. Ansick was the one who was able to put the ball down. A wet ball. The rain had just started. Made a great hold. Allowed Ortega to drill a 46-yard field goal to keep it at 21-16.
That roar you just heard is the targeting call against Gabe Morgan has been overturned. He has been allowed back into the game, and this Warrior crowd just exploded.
And this goes back to exactly what we said when we watched that play. We don't have replay up here, but if I remember, Michael was scrambling. Castillo wrapped him up and started to spin him around, and as he was spinning him around, you don't know if Michael's going to break free. And so I thought what Morgan was doing was the right thing. You've got to go in and try to finish off the play. You can't let Michael break free, and he's a big enough kid where he could have done that. And I thought it was, we don't want to question what the refs saw, but love that they overturned that call because I think it's the right call. I did not think that was targeting when it happened. I think it was happenstance of just a matter of how the play was developing.
You come out of halftime and you get a momentum boost like that. You heard the roar, and now there's a little pep in the step on the sideline for the Warriors, who trail 21-16. It'll be their defense to start this third quarter as the Muskies won the toss, deferred. They will receive, and then WLC will defend the north goal here in the third quarter. 21-16, entertaining first half. A lot of things happening. It's starting to rain a little bit.
We'll see if Ortega Ortega. Now, again, he's going into the wind now, so are they going to go back to that pooch kick? Are they going to try to pooch kick it down the middle? It looked wide open when they did it the first couple times. But again, you don't want to shorten the field too much for Lakeland, so it'll be curious to see if, you don't want to give them 55 yards to the end zone. You want to give them 75 yards to the end zone. So let's see what Coach Stresky and crew want to do here.
Each team coming in 0-2, but again, feeling good. And I think if you're coming out of this half, you're ready to go. The rain has picked up a little bit. And here is the man of the first half, 3 field goals. No full. Ortega onside, no. They tried a quick kick to the left side.
Keep those shout-outs coming, you guys. We're posting them as fast as we can. Keep them coming. I see the Jordan Thomas fan club is back in full swing tonight.
Full swing, yeah, I gotta love it. But so they tried the onside kick to the left side. Muskies recover, and they will have the ball 1st and 10 at the Warrior 44-yard line.
Boy, we love that onside kick, don't we?
I mean, I love the aggressiveness, but it didn't fool Lakeland at all. And now you've got 45 yards.
Coach Stresky, after that first game, we talked to him about it, and he said we're going to keep dictating. As Michael takes the snap, he's got nowhere to go, and he's run out of bounds.
There's the adjustment that Coach Stresky talked about. They can't let Michael get free and run. You zero in on Devley as much as you can. Great play, negative play.
Somewhere in the third quarter, we are going to have our inaugural Warriors trivia. Marissa Chevy will be asking a student, and I'll be down there with the camera, a Warriors trivia question for a chance to win a T-shirt.
Michaels throws left side. Robert Michael on the spot throw.
Devon Martin with the catch.
And they got a whole big chunk back, and it's going to be 3rd and about 4.5.
So first half, they went right up the middle with this with Devley, and there they go.
J-Tron doesn't get it.
Yeah, he's short.
Oh, he did.
Oh, wow, second effort.
They had him tied up, and there was a scrum, but he just fell forward, kept the legs driving, and J-Tron Bevley picking it up.
Rain's coming down now.
Yeah, it's picking up.
So now this will be interesting to see what happens, right? You've had the Warriors who have been really successful throwing the ball. How does this change with the rain now? Now this maybe becomes a running game, and you've got Michael and Devley on Lakeland's side.
I love they said 20 to 30% chance. Seems like 100%. There's a clear hold, not call. Oh, my God. You could see. Wow.
We got some angry fans here.
Well, they were right because you could see it coming up. I mean, in hot pursuit, I should say, was Kyle Kubaki, and he got pulled from behind. I mean, he was blatantly obvious, and that's what you're taught to do. If he's going to get a free shot at your quarterback, just yank him. We got to keep him upright, and no call. Michael takes the snap, going nowhere. Maybe a yard. He is wrapped up by a pack of Warriors.
Yeah, I'd love to see that. That's been the area of weakness all year so far for the Warriors, is right up the gut. So
you're not going to sing for us, are you, Sammy? I wish you could see all the work up here in the booth. Gary is nonstop. And now the Muskies, they're marching.
They're switching it up. Devon Harris now with the carry.
And it's going to be 3rd and about 3, maybe 3.5. It's 3rd and short. Good position to be in.
Yeah, and I think it's 2-down territory.
Well, they've gone for it in numerous times. I think you're right. They'll continue to do so. Fake handoff. Michael keeps it.
Great
and he
read
gets
by
the first
Michael.
down.
That's all Michael right there. He made a great read on that.
Yeah, everybody went to the running back, and that was Devon Harris. He tucked it in, pulled it back, and took off.
And it helps when you're running behind a guy who's 440 pounds.
Run, left side. Inside the 10.
Still Harris. Yeah, still Harris in the game.
So it's 2nd and goal. So they were just, and I say just, inside the 10-yard line. They cannot get a first down. It's 2nd and goal from the 8. Muskies marching. Just started the second half. Michael looks left, throws, caught, and dropped.
Yeah, Michael was guilty right there of staring down his receiver. He still made a nice throw.
That was a great catch, but it appeared to be a catch.
Yeah. That might be a result. I mean, again, we don't know how slippery the ball is right there, but we also don't know if that was just a great great play by the defensive back to knock it out of his hands.
That was Jake Ansek.
Third down again.
Coming with a blitz. Michael takes a snap, keeps it, pitches.
They got it. Oh.
Nowhere to go. Warriors swarm in the backfield, and Devin Harris had nowhere to go. It's 4th down and goal.
Now what do you do? This will be interesting to see if they go.
They are going for it.
Yeah, this isn't short distance here. I mean, we're talking. Where are they right now? At the 16? Sorry, the 12-yard line. Big play.
Crowd getting into it. The bench is imploring the crowd to get into it. Harris switches from right to left. Michael makes the call. Looks left, throws, deep corner. It's way over everybody's head, and the Warriors get a stop for the second time tonight.
And you know, you think about the last 2 weeks and the games that they've played, the start of the second half, the game was basically over. That's got to feel great for the Warriors.
The Warriors will take over 1st and 10 at the 12. It's their own 12, but right now they're feeling real good, and they've got all the momentum. You have to wonder if making that announcement, the referees making that announcement about Gabe Morgan, like we said, there was a roar, and the entire bench started celebrating. They were fired up for their teammate. You got to wonder if that momentum switch helped this Warrior team and this crowd. Davis takes a snap. Hands off to Parbs, who's wrapped up in the backfield, and he breaks free down the left side. He's still on his feet and out of bounds in Muskie territory at the 48.
I have no idea how he broke free. He got wrapped up in the backfield. From our angle, we're pretty far away, but that looked like that was a negative play right there.
Huge run.
I'm guessing
Justin Parbs.
When he broke through and saw how wide open the field was, I'm guessing his eyes got huge.
1st and 10 in Muskie territory. Quick throw right side. Javier Murillo has nowhere to go. Gonna lose about 4 or 5. Yeah, he had nowhere to go. That was a great defensive play by the Muskies. They had that read the entire time, but we've seen in the past the little pump fake and then you send the receiver deep. That play is going to be open later. You know that the staff saw them all pursue. Travion Green comes out, has a helmet issue, so he is out for this drive as of right now.
And Jalen Harrison for Parbs.
2nd down. Davis surveys the scene, takes a snap, steps up, now rolls left, now rolls back right.
Get rid of the ball.
He's got the right side. Great job. That was a fantastic job by Jordan Jewell. There was that call earlier with the blindside block. He stood there, he waited, the defensive player turned, and he just kind of stood in his way like a basketball player setting a pick. And it allowed Davis to get down to the 39, and it's 3rd and 1.
I thought it looked like he was getting out of the way of an old lady getting into church.
It might have been the same
gentle
thing. Very polite. 9:45 and running. Inside handoff. 1st down, Warriors. Jalen Harris.
So we haven't seen Parbs since that long run. Maybe he's just winded, maybe catching his breath, but
now the Warriors have been doing this all night long. They get deep, they get deep, they get deep, and then it's been a field goal. Can they punch it in?
And I would keep going with Harris. I mean, now you switch up to a guy who's 225 pounds. We talked about in the first half. Lakeland's defense started to get worn down.
They've allowed 39 points per game this season.
Good pick.
They come inside. Davis slips to the left, directing traffic, throws across his body. Tried to get it to Schneider. He threw it to where only Schneider could get it. Unfortunately, he was out of bounds, but it's smart play by Davis. You don't want to make that mistake. You have the momentum. You don't want to throw the interception.
What's lost there is the block by Jalen Harris. Picked up the blitzer on the edge. His block allowed Davis to get free.
Again, the Warriors in the black tonight. The first time ever in school history they are wearing all black. Players were excited about it. We got the black polos up here like the staff does. It's a blackout.
Justin Parbs back in the game.
Takes the handoff. Takes his time, finds a little seam, picks up about 4, 3rd and 6.
It's just there for them. Now, I think the down marker might be wrong, or he did it quick. Because now,
no, it's 3rd.
Okay, good.
And it might be closer to 7, so you might see another run. It's working. It just keeps short chips.
Well, to me, this is 2-down territory, so, why not attack the middle right here with Parbs again? You're getting 4 or 5 yards at a crack.
Keep those comments coming. We appreciate it. We appreciate your support. Quick slant, right side. Jules got it. Down inside the 20 to the 15.
I can't tell if that ball was the ball tipped.
It was tipped, I think.
And Jewel came back to it. Great blocking by his receivers. Really good play call.
And it's a first down.
Coach Resky and crew, they're seeing something right now because
well, that was a huge block, as you called, was by Matt Korb, number 88. He was in motion, and he picked up a key block and allowed Jewel to break out.
Oh, I'd love a skinny post right up the middle right here. Look at the safety coming up.
Parbs keeps it. They blitzed everybody, and he just kept going. He ran right by everybody.
They know they're getting beat in the middle right now by Parbs, and then when Parbs get spelled by Harris, and so you're starting to see the safeties creeping up.
And they're not picking up big chunks. That's 3-4 yards at a time.
But
that's about 3.5. You keep doing that, you just wear down the defense, and that's what they're doing. 7:40 remaining here in the third quarter.
That's why I thought maybe if you could, I think you don't have the room right now, but if you could get that slot receiver just to run a skinny post to the middle of the field.
7:30 and running here in the third quarter. Parbs takes it. He's got nowhere to go.
Yeah, going back to the well too many times. Yep.
Well, we can't say, hey, keep doing it, and then they keep doing it,
right.
And then they lose it. So they just played that one real well. Travion Green back in, Korb out. 3rd and about 8. 21-16, Lakeland up. Big 4th down defensive stop by the Warriors, and they have since marched from their own 12 down to the
ooh, they got single coverage up on top. I don't know if that's Carter Schneider.
Green in motion. Davis flushed right, keeps it, and he'll go out of bounds just inside the 14, about the 13. He might have gained 1. It's going to be 4th down. Did they go to the hot foot? No, they gave him a couple more than I thought. It's about 4th and 5.
I think they're going for it.
Nope. Field goal unit runs on the field.
So the interesting thing, we saw Carter Schneider up top. He had single coverage. He ran a good route. Davis never looked his way, but he was frustrated because he beat the D-back, and the D-back completely grabbed his jersey and spun him around. Didn't get the call. It's the right call. Davis never looked his way, so he's never going to get that call.
Arnulfo Ortega. Ansick with the hold. The kick is up and good. Hot foot. Ortega on the 10th play of the drive. And the Warriors and behind the 4th field goal of the night from Ortega. Trail 21-19. 6:10 remaining here in the third quarter. You're watching Warrior football on WLC Sports.com here live at Robbie Stadium on the campus of Wisconsin Lutheran. Live look at the student section. Students getting a little riled up, they just heard, and we're reminded of the fireworks coming up after this one.
Fireworks?
It's been a great game. We expected fireworks. We saw them during the anthem. We expected after every touchdown, and instead it's been the unearthful Ortega field goal show. 4 of them tonight. He's been on fire.
So what do they do on this kickoff? I think
That's
that
the
middle of the
magic
field
question.
again. I keep
See what
saying
they do.
it. Kick it down the middle of the field. It's wide open. You might get it. There we go.
Kicking
Little
in
too
deep.
much.
Dropped at about the 14. Now picked up.
Yeah.
Flag comes in, but the Warriors.
And I think you're going to see a block in the back. I think it was. I'm trying to see who it was from the Warriors. Chad Simmons. He got nailed and turned around immediately and looked.
Gabriel Maines returning that kick for the Muskies.
During the return, personal foul, blindside block, number 49.
It's that blindside block. Called it again.
That's what it was. And Simmons, I didn't see the block. I just saw his reaction, and I saw him roll about 7 yards. So clearly he got hit pretty good, but his immediate reaction was to jump up and turn around with his hands up, wondering, where's the call this time? So
Backed him up halfway, and it's 1st and 10, just inside the 10.
And here we go again. Another great opportunity for the Warriors. You've got Lakeland pinned deep. Beverly back in the game.
Michael takes the snap, hands to Jatron. Jatron to the right side. Picked up 2, maybe 3, depending on the mark. Looks like 2, 2nd and 8.
He is quick.
Warriors defense really doing a great job swarming the ball.
Yeah, he's quick, but thankfully Ty Castillo is really quick too, although he's down. Shoot.
We're going to take a timeout with them. You're watching Warrior Football on WLC Sports. SitMeansSit.com, one of our sponsors tonight, in addition to Titus Talent and Albert's Plastering. Go visit all of them in the Google machine. Quick throw, incomplete. Looks like they gave that original run 3 yards. It's going to be 3rd and 7.
Tried to find Devin Martin on a quick slant. Lakeland's had a tough time throwing the ball. Michael's numbers 8 for 15, only 76 yards. So they've clearly relied on the run most of the night, but when you're this deep in these situations, you're going to have to start throwing the ball downfield.
Michael takes a snap, looking. He's got all day, throws, broken up nicely.
Phenomenal
Gabe
play.
Morgan. You knew he'd come back with a
Wow.
little extra juice, and he just made a fantastic play breaking up the pass. It's 4th down and 7. Here comes the punt unit for the first time tonight for either team. Actually, correction, the Warriors did punt early.
Yeah, we got to
This is the
give our
first
boy
Muskie.
Mears credit.
Yeah. That punt he had last week was, it was a monster.
By the way, I've been waiting to see Lakeland punt because if I'm right, if I saw this right, their kicker averaged 50 yards a kick last week.
Ortega, unofficially, has broken the school record for most field goals made in a game with those 4. The previous record was, is that Bornschnagel? In 2018. So there's some WLC history on homecoming night. Jewel, fair catch.
I think he's going to regret that.
Nah, catches it around the 43, and it's 1st and 10 Warriors. They've got all the momentum. 5:23 remaining here in the 3rd quarter. Keep those comments coming. We are really enjoying it. While we have a moment, Warrior Football is sponsored by Albert's Plastering, in business since 1952. Let the highly experienced crew at Albert's Plastering Incorporated provide a full range of services to make your project run as carefree and simple as possible. With an attention to detail like none other, we are well known as the area's most trusted and experienced plastering contractor. Visit albertsplastering.com. With Scott Rowie and Gary Whipperman and Marissa Chevy, I'm Ed Rowie. Warriors keep taking the momentum and moving down the field. Jalen Harris taking that handoff around the left side. Looks like he picked up 7. 2nd and 3. They're going to call it. Ooh, they're only calling it 5.
This is what we talked about last week. If this would have been more of a game with Carroll, we were expecting a two-headed monster at running back. We knew Parbs is going to be the primary back. But again, I keep mentioning when you've got a guy secondary who's got 225 pounds and quads like A.J. Dillon, you want to give him the ball.
Davis stepping up. Pass fake. Now he steps up and rolls to the left. He keeps it. Takes it down to around the 20. They'll mark him out around the 22. 1st and 10 Warriors. They continue to march, and you got to believe that the Lakeland defensive team, the whole unit, is wearing down. 4:40 left, 3rd quarter. Coming off a 10-play drive. Quick hold by the defense, and now they're marching again.
And what's lost on that, again, I wish we had replayed Jalen Harris standing up the blitzer on the end. Great block. He was the one who allowed Davis to get free on that.
There's the run on the inside. They keep going. Now they'll blow the whistle, but not before a pickup of 5.
Gary, next week I'm going to need a telestrator, if possible, and replay.
On it.
Boom! John Madden, back.
I'm just excited we're getting audio on the sideline. I think Phyllis George mastered that back in the 70s, but we're getting there.
You just lost 80% of the audience.
Yes, at least that.
3:45 and counting.
Irv Cross, love that
Irv
comment.
Cross, nice.
Fake the pitch. Davis, he's going to get taken down in the backfield. Oh!
That should be a... We got to be careful about this, but if you're going to call that targeting flag in the first half, which they did overrule, he was down. Both of his knees were down. It's momentum of the play, can understand that. I'm a little surprised we didn't see a flag there. And more importantly, it's backed the Warriors up now to the 27-yard line. So you're looking at a 44-yard field goal into the wind. So you just want to pick up yardage here. It's 3rd and 15.
As we approach the 3-minute mark here in the 3rd quarter, 21-19, Lakeland up. Warriors driving, but look out, there's a hold. Oh, and now Davis takes a shot getting rid of the ball, but you're going to get a hold in the backfield. Clear shot right in front of the referee.
Yeah, and the unfortunate thing here is they're backing themselves up. It's going to make it much harder. They're not going to try Ortega from this distance. So
Jordan Jewell got tackled, by the way, coming off of his wide receiver spot.
They may decline it. Yeah, it's 4th and long.
that's a smart call. And to that point, Gary, that's what I said. You know, the officials, if your quarterback isn't looking that way, they're not going to call the flag, I guess, because we've seen that a couple of times where Davis has been looking the opposite way, and the wide receiver on the opposite end is getting grabbed, hold, spun around, and there's no call.
If you're wondering where Ortega is for yet his 5th attempt, this would be into the wind, although at this time it's pretty calm out there, but they're going to go for it here. 4th and 15.
Oh, boy.
Yep. Coach Tresky was jumping up and down, screaming timeout.
Coach Tresky was out to the numbers.
Yeah, he was.
Trying to get a timeout.
He got some springs. I don't
He's-
know if you
I
saw
was
that.
gonna say,
He's
he's got
rough.
some hops.
Hops. Go play basketball tomorrow.
4th and 15 will be the play, the call. 2:54 remaining, 3rd quarter. You've got all the momentum. You're only down 2. It feels like you should be up 10, 12, but you still trail. So you got to give the Muskies a lot of credit for they've been, but they have yet to break. As we got Marissa in the huddle, we got, again, comments. Keep them coming. We so appreciate you interacting with us.
I'll tell you what, I think more people from Texas have watched this game than the Longhorns today.
Love it.
I think half the state of Texas is on watching this.
Longhorn fans have had a long suffering stretch, so this
So
this
have
might be
Warrior
more
fans.
entertaining. Good point.
And it is homecoming.
Right.
So I'm sure we've got some alum out there sitting back watching. Thank you so much for checking in with us.
These players would love to deliver a victory tonight to the students and to the families.
So right
You know
now,
that.
4th down. I mean, Matthew Davis, he's played a phenomenal game. There is no harm right now throwing it in the end zone if it's an interception.
Yeah,
I think you go to the end
gain
zone.
2 yards. I mean, you just gain 2 yards.
Right.
It wouldn't be much of anything. Trips left. Green in motion.
Oh, boy.
Free reign. Davis steps up, steps away. Now he's got to run to his left. Can't keep his feet. He does stumble out of bounds. Picks up about 7. Oh, they gave him a great mark all the way down to the 19.
He made a heck of a play.
It's going to be a turnover of downs, but great run.
Boy, he's athletic. Wow.
Yeah, and you know what you did there? You gave your defense a little bit more, you made it a little more tough on the Lakeland offense. The Warrior defense has really turned things around since those first couple drives, and they've had the momentum. You go back to that 4th and 3 when they got the stop, then you start the second half with a 4th down stop. So you've got the Mo. Let's see what they can do with it.
You almost think maybe draw up some plays for him to kind of take some pressure off Parbs and just get another offensive weapon. I mean, I like him. He's athletic.
Yeah, he's only been running when necessary, but you're right. He has had some great looks and runs. As Michael takes a snap, rolls right, steps away from the defense that's pursuing, throws it out of bounds.
And again, talking about an athletic quarterback. Michael has made a couple of moves that have been phenomenal. Sometimes it's just a pump fake. Sometimes it's a subtle pump fake, but he's made some moves tonight to get out of some really serious pressure from the Warriors.
I think that was J-Tron that they were trying to hit on that sideline. Beverly incomplete, 2nd and 10. Now he takes the handoff on the inside. Picks up 7. It's going to be 3rd and 3. 2:25 and running toward the end of the 3rd quarter.
Well, you got to hand it to the Warriors defense in the second
sure.
half. I mean, they have been fantastic.
You might want to spy Michael here.
Nope, it's Beverly. He's got a seam.
Yep.
Big opening. He slides for the first down.
Had a huge hole, great run.
But it's where he started to take himself down. It is not where he landed, if you notice that. He committed to that slide so like a quarterback, because it sure looked like he was up around the 34, and they marked it at the 32. But regardless, first down. Michael takes a snap. Pump fake, going deep. And overshot everything. Ansek looked back. He was right there. The safety rolled over in great position. And Devin Martin, the intended receiver, couldn't get to the ball. 2nd and 10. 1:56 remaining, 3rd quarter.
Do we have any international viewers tonight? Put in the comments where you're from. I want to see how many international viewers we have tonight outside the 50 U.S. states.
Beverly picks up 6, and now a helmet off. And that's what the whistles are, is you have to leave the field. If your helmet comes off, you must leave the field.
That's a big helmet.
And that's Joseph Pegues, 6'6", 440. They've run behind him, especially around the goal line. They've really made it a point to run behind him.
Another big 3rd down play for the Warriors.
J-Tron Beverly, 3 touchdowns all behind.
Where are you,
His
Titus
big
Talent? Here he
guard.
comes.
Oh, Michael keeps it, runs to the right. And he's taken down.
So again, I called out Ty Castillo. Where are you? He came in on the blitz on the inside, he forced Michael to scramble to the outside, allowed his linebackers on the outside to make a play. They're going to go for it here quickly.
Good one on the tackle.
Watch the middle. There it is.
And there's Beverly. Yep. And he just got it with that second effort, and he's still on his feet out around midfield.
You go back to what works.
Just keep turning those legs.
Renai Patel checking in from India, fellas.
Oh,
whoa.
Come on, really?
Whoa, that is awesome. Thank you so much for checking in.
Who's Ryan watching?
Everybody out there that's checking in, thank you so much. But you're checking in from India, oof, that's next level, and we appreciate it.
That's special.
Michael steps back, going right side. Blanket coverage. There was nowhere for anyone to catch that ball, especially with Jaron Wyndham right on the coverage.
We haven't seen Sobieski all night. He played most of the game last week. I'm just curious. Michael's phenomenal running the ball, but he's had a hard time throwing the ball downfield.
And here's nope. Backfield tackle for loss.
There's Devin Harris on the carry. And is that Castillo? Nope. Oh, it was Castillo
again.
Castillo,
yeah.
Man, birthday boy's having a game.
Guys, I'm going to head down to the field for WLC trivia coming up at the end of the 3rd quarter.
Another big 3rd down play.
3rd and 12. Michael, right side, caught.
See, now
And
they've
down.
got enough yardage. I'm guessing they're going to go for it again. They have all game.
absolutely.
Why not?
Devin Martin picks up 7. Let's call it 8. It's going to be 4th and 4.
And now we're going to go to the end of the quarter and come back the other way.
Gary hustles down to the end of the quarter. Our score, the Muskies of Lakeland 21, your Warriors of Wisconsin Lutheran College 19. Stick around for what promises to be a great finish here on the campus of Wisconsin Lutheran College and Robbie Field. You're watching WLCsports.com. Parbs takes the handoff after the 4th down stop, dances around, spins back, still on his feet. He makes something out of nothing as he's going to pick up 4. Let's send it down to Gary. Gary, go ahead. Trying to get to him. There we go.
I'm down here with a fan from the stands for our trivia question today. What is your name?
Ricky T.
Ricky T is just a big WLC fan out here. So how many head coaches has WLC football had? Is it 2 or 3?
I'll go with 3.
That is correct. Great job. Now you get a free t-shirt. Back to you guys in the booth, guys.
Congratulations, Ricky T.
Did you hear that okay? Did you hear that? Oh, okay. Yeah, we're good. I couldn't. I was...
oh, yeah. No, we heard it. We heard it.
Okay.
Yeah.
No,
he won.
Winning's good.
Where's the mark here? Oh, they're still short, so 3rd and short.
Trying to do too much with...
Well, what we should go back to is the 4th down stop.
They tried to throw right side. Great defensive coverage. Didn't happen.
It's a little surprised by the play call, but...
And it's 3rd and 2. Let's just catch up where we're at. It's 3rd and 2. Warriors, and Davis takes a snap. Gets it out to Trayvon Green. He goes nowhere. He went backward.
Yeah, and I got to see this. That was a phenomenal play.
Well, they're going to go for it.
If I'm not mistaken, I got to look and see who that was, number 23.
Fourth and 4, long 4, maybe 5. As they check the sign, 13 minutes left in this one. 21-19, Lakeland up 2. Ortega with 4 field goals. Beverly with 3 touchdowns.
2 deep coverage again.
Quick kick.
Oh, look at this. Love the call. Stop it. Stop.
Is it going to stop?
Oh.
No, and it goes into the end zone. Great call. The quick kick on 4th down, if you can call it that.
55-yard punt. Not bad.
No, as Davis puts it into the end zone. And the Muskies will take over 1st and 10. Boy, that was, we were wondering what the call would be. And there it is.
Well, the way your defense is playing, the way that Lakeland has been struggling offensively, I love the call. 21-19 game. I mean, I think they've done a great job. Coach Tresky said it at halftime. They had to keep Michael contained, and they've been able to do that. Beverly's been picking it up. He's now 23 for 104.
And there he is with the ball. Jatron slips out there to the 30. They're going to give him 10 and a first down.
And I think that's the one thing that you got to be a little concerned about is if he gets hot. And again, it's right up the middle. It's what's hurt Wisconsin Lutheran all year.
And at some point there, they read it. They have him stopped, but he still fights forward for about 2. But now, then you have to worry about the fake and the RPO and Michael keeping it. He is quick. And we're going to get a timeout on the field.
Oh, Try to see who's down here.
Yeah, they stopped the field. They stopped the game, so you have to come out, unfortunately.
Yeah, Savon Goodwin.
Yeah, Savon tried to stay out there. He made the tackle.
Looks like he's going to be okay.
They only gained 1. He was in on that tackle, like we said, so it's 2nd and 9.
But again, they're going. The game plan is now, they're taking the ball out of Michael's hands, throwing it, and they want to run now. I'm guessing it's going to be Devley and Michael for most of this series.
There's Beverly. Jatron tripped up, picked up 2. 3rd down.
Dalton checking in from Australia, fellas.
Woo!
Howdy, mate.
Is it winter there then? Almost.
I don't know. What month is it there, Scott?
It is. It is. It's coming up on spring.
All right. Inside handoff, Beverly. It's close. They're going to give him the mark. It is a first down as he gets to the 41.
Beverly's warming up.
Tell you what, if you're going to go out and something to do in the town, need something, grab an Aussie to go with you. Nobody better. You'll have an unbelievable time.
I second that.
11:35 left in this one.
Quick substitution. Devin Harris now in for Beverly.
21-19, 11:25 in running. Lakeland up 2. There's Harris. Looks like he picked up about 5. Now the Warrior defense going to need a stop. Oh, marking it back, so looks like a pickup of 4. 2nd and 6 as we approach the 11-minute mark.
Future Elevator Music, you have no credibility now. You've told me Brazil, you've told me the moon, now you're watching from Milwaukee. You have 0 credibility at this point, so that's on you.
Harris down at midfield. It's going to be 3rd and 2. Big play. Oh, they backed it up to the 49.
I'm guessing Michael keeps this one. That's just my guess.
Here they come, inside blitz. He does. He's wrapped up in the backfield. He's going to lose a yard. It's going to be 4th and 3.
Maybe more. 4th and 3, 4th and 4. They're going for it. Another huge play.
They've had 2 big stops. Can the Warriors muster a 3rd one?
Watch that soft zone. Come up on the receiver.
Harris breaks over the left side, but there's a flag on the play.
Yeah, I'm not sure what about holding. They got a holding. Yeah, I think on 56.
Well, we'll see what the call is. That came from the referee in the backfield. Back him up 10.
Yeah.
It's going to be 4th and 13 as the alumni crowd gets fired up.
That was Asa Spindler. He'd gotten beat on the inside, and he just basically tackled the defender. He, not surprisingly, does not agree with the call. Arms outstretched.
When a player agrees, let me know. The 8th play of the drive will come on 4th and 14.
4th and 14 and going for it.
And inside their own territory, inside their own 40, no
and
less.
Michael hasn't been able to throw the ball well downfield. So
there's the quick kick, and this doesn't have the same distance.
Oh,
you can hear everybody
bounce.
yelling, get away, but this one rolls inside and down to the 22-yard line, where the Warriors get their stop with the aid of a holding call, and they take over 1st and 10 at their own 22, 9:55 remaining.
When's the last time?
21-19. When's the last time?
When's the last time you saw 2 quarterbacks punt on back-to-back possessions? Which, by the way, last week, Sobieski, he had 2 kicks for 101 yards, a 63-yard punt. So I think these quarterbacks have a leg.
I think we were to go back in that time, we'd have to be announcing like, hey, and they got that right kick down to the 5. I think that's how we'd have to announce the game.
Yeah, that's about it.
It goes back that far.
That's quite a ways.
3 yards in a cloud of dust.
Australia ways away.
Let's not talk about Nebraska football today, please.
Yeah, they're still terrible, Gary.
First, Green in motion. Fake the handoff. Davis throwing, and it's dropped.
Had to throw it up a little higher.
Schneider tried to do a little too much.
Yeah. Throw was low.
He turned his head and dropped it.
Yeah, he's waiting to get hit by that safety.
2nd and 10.
But now you're getting deep into the game. This is the advantage the Warriors have, is you have a quarterback who's been throwing the ball well all game. So put the ball in Davis's hands, and let's see what he can do.
9:51 remaining.
Look at Jordan Jewell on the bottom here. Single coverage.
Yeah,
safety's creeping up.
And you go back to your money man, Parbs. And he picks up about 5. It's going to be 3rd and 5.
We're going to see it at some point. They're going to take a shot downfield at some point. Safeties are starting to creep up again, just like we talked about earlier.
That was Harris, not Parbs. And now we got a line substitution. Limping off the field, Lucas Maxwell.
Parbs, 19 carries, 107 yards. So both running backs really picking it up in the 4th quarter.
9:15 remaining in that 4th quarter. 3rd and 6.5. Green in motion. Davis looks, steps up, throwing over the top. He's got a wide open cover. Schneider! He's down the right side! He could go! He will go! Touchdown, Warriors!
What did we just say? Oh, a celebration flag. Oh, come on.
73 yards and a touchdown. And the don't hurt anyone's feelings flag comes out.
But going back to what did we just say? We had a feeling they were going to take a shot downfield at some point. You saw the safeties creeping up every time. They were just expecting Parbs or Harris to get the ball in the middle of the field, and they kept creeping up, and they got burned. Great throw. So I'm guessing, is there some penalty for throwing the ball in the air or spiking it or something? I mean, all he did was throw the ball, and he threw the ball in the air. Maybe that was it?
That's outrageous.
You can't hurt anybody's feelings anymore. That apparently hurt someone, but we don't want to make the comments.
Let's go back to the play, though. Great play call, great throw, and then Schneider, he almost lost his footing. He was wide open. Was able to pull it in and then outrun the defenders. Just a great play. And now Schneider, 4 receptions on the night, 127 yards. Davis, 18 for 27, 2 touchdowns.
25-21, so you go for 2 to make it a 6-point lead.
Wow,
See
that
what
was
they have
electric.
called. That was needed. The Warriors have been waiting for that to burst that defensive bubble. Green in motion. Davis looking.
Oh, boy.
Picked off. And this is live. But Green wisely stays in the play, makes a tackle. So the score remains 25-21. Your Warriors up 4. 8:59 remaining. But remember, there's a penalty on the kickoff. We'll be right back live from Robbie Stadium. We promised a barn burner. And it's looking that way. 8:59 left. Your Warriors up 25-21 on WLC Sports. The homecoming crowd is buzzing after that 73-yard pitch and catch. Davis to Schneider. Warriors take their first lead of the year. And now, after that penalty, they kick off from the 20. Ortega's been the hot foot tonight. Could use a big boom here.
Got the wind behind him still, so. Oh, actually,
the wind is pretty much dead. Yeah, Little bit, not much. Doesn't appear to affect too much as Ortega gets into it.
Good kick.
Down to the 23. A lot of room to run.
Great
tripped
tackle.
up. Great open field tackle.
Oh, we got to find out who that is. Is that 26?
It is 26, Malik Gordon.
Malik Gordon, the freshman from Texas. A lot
San
of people from
Marcos,
Texas.
Texas. That's why we got that Texas crowd.
Yeah,
we
that's you,
do. We have a
Texas.
huge Texas crowd.
We love it. A lot of flavor from Texas, and we appreciate every one of you watching and checking in. Great open field tackle. It looked like there was some running room.
All things considered, that's a phenomenal play, given the penalty that none of us agreed with.
Gabriel Maines on the tackle. 1st and 10 Muskies. Michael takes the snap, hands off, Beverly. He picked up a couple. That Warrior defense is everywhere. Couple of Warriors on the tackle.
KT
Savon
Thomas.
Goodwin,
I think KT Thomas was in there.
Jared Fitzel, JT Thomas, so quite a few.
We got to be careful down here. I know Michael struggled throwing the ball downfield, but they had a really soft zone down here.
2nd and 8. Inside handoff. Wrapped up.
Ty Castillo again.
Have a night, Ty.
Oh, that wasn't him.
No, it's not. That's
It's still his
Savon
birthday.
Goodwin. Goodwin stepping up here in the second half. Tackle after tackle. That extra roar that you hear, that's coming from the Goodwin family right in front of us. 3rd and 8. Throwing. Incomplete. It's 4th down.
You got to punt here, right? I don't think you're down. I'd be surprised if they go for it here.
They don't seem like a team that goes for it ever. 8:02 remaining. We might see that quick kick again.
Yeah.
8:02 remaining. 25-21. Your Warriors up.
And a credit to the Warriors defense. They realized the weakness so far this year at the beginning of this game was the middle of the field. They've done a great job of just spying both running back and quarterback, shutting their offense down.
4th and 8. Nobody back deep. They're going for it. Michael, pump fake. Throwing over the top. He's got a man. It is caught. Jatron Beverly.
That was a great throw by Michael. We've been talking about that he's struggled throwing the ball downfield. That was a phenomenal throw.
It looked like Ansek was anticipating maybe a punt. He got a little too centered. Couldn't quite get over there to break up that pass. He was just a half a step off. Beverly caught it and hung on.
Yeah, and I think Beverly's down. He is down. He took a shot.
And there's a stoppage in play. And again,
And he's up. Yep, good, he's up.
thank you to our sponsors, Titus Talent, Sit Means Sit, Albert's Plastering. Hit the Google machine and go check them all out. We do appreciate all the sponsors here on Homecoming. At Robbie Field as the clock ticks, 7:45 remaining, 1st and 10 Muskies. Both teams 0-2, looking for their first win as Michael
There's
takes
Michael
the snap
again.
up the middle. Still going. Away. 13-yard gain. And thrown down to the ground.
Castillo again.
Well, Michael kept driving those legs and he wouldn't go down, so Castillo had to pick him up and take him down.
Castillo up to 13 tackles.
Empty backfield for Michael. He takes a snap, throwing deep. It's got a man, incomplete. Great coverage.
Good no call. I was worried. Oh, wait,
Got
now
a
there is a flag.
That might be a man downfield because if you look.
Oh, it is, yeah. Their big offensive lineman was downfield.
Jaggies went downfield thinking it was a running play. I got the number wrong. That was number 70. So they'll back him up 5 yards. It'll be 1st and 15. 7:21 remaining.
Next WLC broadcast will be October 8th. Warriors off next week, and then they hit the road for 2 weeks.
Just some quick stats. Lakeland,
2 weeks.
261 rushing yards tonight. Another strong night.
Beverly inside. Back to the line of scrimmage and maybe a yard. That is all.
Jordan Thomas, another Texas player, freshman.
Lone Star State rep tonight.
The Racine Raiders are on watching tonight.
Michael fakes the handoff, keeps it. Gets a nice gain, picking up about 7. The Racine Raiders checking in. I like
Semi-pro
it.
football in Racine.
Absolutely.
Love that.
Now the bench of the Warriors getting the crowd going. You could hear that roar.
2 down territory either way.
6:35 remaining.
That
Michael
play's
keeps
working.
it. And he's down. First down. He picked up 8.
Good one on the stop again, but that play's been working.
I almost feel like you have to spy Michael at this point.
That's what I was wondering, because they keep sending Beverly out as if he's going to run a wheel route, and then Michael just runs straight up the gut.
And now we're going to get an illegal procedure.
So to finish that thought, the last couple of times when they've had 3rd and long, they've run the same play. Whether it's been Beverly or whether it's been Harris, he's been lined up as if they're going to run that RPO play. They send him in motion on the snap, and the middle of the field opens wide up. Why is that? Your linebackers are looking at the running back. They're concerned about Beverly. You saw what happened on the 4th down play with Beverly.
Colin Bruton in his 8th season at Lakeland. Many of you know, many of you don't. Coach Tresky used to be a coach on this Lakeland staff. You know he wants this one as much as any other one. Throwing into the end zone and incomplete. Not that he doesn't want them all, but this one would have a little extra sweetness to it as the pass falls incomplete. It's 2nd and 15, 6:06 remaining. You know, you talked about it in the first half after a couple of penalties. You get a little more space. It's a little more difficult, a little breathing room, a little more room to roam. Beverly is in. He's to the right of Michael, and here's Beverly. Goes left, comes back right, tripped up Ty Castillo.
Is it just me, or have you guys said his name a lot tonight?
That was actually...
No, it was Castillo. They just said it.
Was it Castillo?
Yeah, it was. He's got another tackle, and it's 3rd and 14. The crowd is stomping. Michael takes the handoff, or snap, throws behind his receiver. It's incomplete. It's 4th down.
And again, we've mentioned this. We're not being critical of Michael, his ability. He's done a great job running the ball. He was struggling throwing the ball downfield. He made the great throw to Beverly on the 4th down.
Well, he was talking to the referee on that, saying his receiver was bumped off his route as he threw it. And he was looking for a call, but doesn't get it. It's 4th and 14.
So last time, this was the wheel route that hurt them. Let's see what Beverly does here. If he goes out, you got to watch the middle of the field. Michael might run up the field.
Michael rolls right. Nothing there. Throws into the end zone. Intercepted. It's intercepted, but he takes a knee at the 3.
Yeah, he intercepted it at the 1 and kind of looked around, wasn't sure what to do. Should I run?
Connor Martin intercepted it. That's one you want to just swat out of bounds, but Connor takes the pick, and the Warriors take over 1st and 10.
Oh, you never turn down a pick.
Yeah, you can't do that, but I think he kind of lost track of where he was. I think to your point, he caught it right at the goal line. And it's 1st and 10 Warriors, 5:24 remaining.
And nothing Michael could do. Great coverage by the Warriors. And you got to make a throw there. That's one of those again.
Yeah,
4th down, 4th and 13. Now they're at the 2-yard line.
It acted like a short punt. See what they do. Here's Parbs. He breaks free into the second.
Oh, he was one guy away.
Looked like he was going to break into that secondary. Scott, he got to the second level.
Scott, do you think playing Raby last week kind of, baptized this team by fire a little bit maybe? Because the defense has been so much stronger tonight against a very good quarterback in Michael.
Yeah, I think that, and I think it's also, I wonder if Matthew Davis watched some of Raby's tape because he looks a lot like him tonight.
Yeah, you're right, he does.
Let's see, we had some, it's going to be off. Oh, they call it on the defense. It's going to be just short of the down marker, so it's going to be 2nd.
Schneider was adamant about that it was a defensive guy that was offsides.
He got enough for the 1st down. 1st and 10 Warriors. Boy, they needed that. It started at the 3. They move out to the 14. 4:52 remaining. Warriors starting to feel it.
And because of that play on the last drive to Schneider, the safeties they're starting to play deeper. Now you can attack the middle of the field again with Darbs.
Justin Parbs. You got to expect him to take this. He does. Rolls left, keeps it, and gets taken down out of bounds inside the 20. A referee goes down, but he gets up. Down to the 17, Parbs out. See, we're going to number 7 again, Jalen Harris. He's been back there all night.
If you're a
Senior
Warrior fan,
from
you just want that clock to
Yeah,
keep
that
running.
clock can't run fast enough.
4:20 remaining, 25-21. Gave him 4, it's 2nd and 6.
We will have a player of the game following the conclusion of tonight's game, so stick around for that.
Well, we got many options. Inside handoff, Harris. Slam down around the 17.
Boy, a huge third down right here.
3rd and about
3.
1.5. We'll call it 3rd and 2. Parbs back in, 3:50 in running. This would be a great time for that RPO and Davis to keep it. But
We
we'll
just
see.
haven't seen it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're right. .335 and counting, 12 on the play clock. Green in motion.
Hit him across the middle.
Davis stepping up, throwing. He's got Schneider for a first down.
So, Gary, to your point right there, that's what Raby did all last week. Call him in the pocket, step up, make the throw.
And that's Josh Raby from Carroll University last week. Had a great game. He looked poised.
He looked like Patrick Mahomes.
He really did a nice job stepping up. And Davis taking a page out of Raby's book. Looks the part this week, only about 6 inches shorter. But nonetheless, 1st and 10 Warriors. It started at the 3, and they're out to the 32. 1st and 10, 2:57, 6-5 and counting. Inside handoff, Parbs.
Yeah, Lakeland's now collapsing the entire middle. So now I would ask the question, if you're Coach Tresky, you want clock to run, but do you take that shot downfield? Because you're going to get it. You're going to have the opportunity.
Yeah, Lakeland just took a timeout. And as you were saying that, Davis was motioning something to Coach Tresky. I think he's on the same page as you. I think he wants to fake that and keep it. We'll see what happens. 2nd and 8.
I'm not sure what an avant-garde camera angle is, but
I think it's a compliment.
I don't
sounds
think so.
good.
It says the avant-garde camera angles aren't exactly working. This is Mr. Outspoken Future Elevator Music has got an opinion on just about everything so far the last 2 weeks.
Well, you know what? Come on down to Robbie Stadium in
We're always
3
looking
weeks.
for help.
We could use help. We'll show you how it's done. We'll
You could
give
be
you a camera.
you could produce the game for us.
No, we wouldn't do that. We won't throw them into the fire yet, but we'd love to have you on sideline and be a cameraman.
Sure.
Or
We'd
woman.
love that. Come on down. I know you're in Chile or Brazil or Milwaukee or wherever you are, but come on over. We'd love to have you.
Regardless, it's 2nd and 8, 2:47 remaining. Marissa Chevy on the field in the huddle. Now she's back at the 50. I promise you, she's as nervous for these kids
She
as
is.
all these players.
Look
and
at down here,
parents.
Jordan Jewell. Look at Jordan Jewell.
There's the inside handoff. Nowhere to go. Back to the line of scrimmage. Timeout, Lakeland.
They have that single coverage on both ends with Schneider and Jewell. But again, that's a risky call at this point in the game.
You know what? They got a yard, but you could go pump fake and have Jewell coming back and then just send them and take a shot that
It's a
way.
touchdown.
We'll see. Yeah, it would be a touchdown.
I mean, a
and
give and go right now with Jewell or Schneider on the outside. They don't have safety help. The safeties are
Nope,
coming up
you're
because
right.
they know they're going to give the ball to Parbs.
In the absolute worst case, it falls incomplete because there's nobody back behind it. It's single coverage as they're really bunch in the middle. 2:42 remaining, 25-21. Both teams coming in winless. The Warriors and Coach Tresky in his 3rd season. This would be a big one for this program on homecoming night, at home, on Robbie Stadium's field.
So 2:42 left. Let's assume the Warriors run the ball. I'm not sure Lakeland takes a timeout. I think they saved that timeout. Because you get the ball back around 2, you have a timeout. It'll be interesting to see what they decide to do. At this point, I don't want to speak for Coach Tresky. I'm
Well, we'll
assuming
see.
we're going to do the RPO here.
That's what makes this so great. We get to take our guesses, and it's on these Warriors and Coach Tresky's call.
I'd love to see Travion Green across the middle of the field.
Green's going to go in motion. You can count on that. There he is. He's coming out left side. Option. Nope. Davis keeps it. He picks up about 5.
So now did they take the timeout? I
They
think
did.
Yep.
It'll be 4th down.
Oh, thank you, Angela Wallace. Appreciate that. That's very sweet of you.
Thank you, Angela. What did she say?
We're loving the camera angles, the camera coverage.
We're giving. We understand that some of us have been frustrated tonight, and we are doing our absolute best. But as we said coming into the night, there is something with the technology everywhere tonight. Because like we said, we have live stats in front of us, and they have been series behind. The scoreboard, as I've mentioned a couple times, has had its hiccups. We're a small company. We're doing our best. We promise you that. We are giving you everything we can. We appreciate the feedback. We're going to try to do better each and every week. Just like Coach Tresky asks his players and staff to get better, we're going to do our best to get better. It's Coach Tresky's message, and we're going to try to carry that message out. It's 4th and 4 as the crowd cam is all fired up.
Saturday night, homecoming.
Oh, they're ducking away now. There we go.
Beautiful, beautiful night.
It really has turned out to be a great night.
Need a kick from Mears here.
You're welcome, Trace.
Some nervous Warrior fans.
2:38.
Jason, you asked for it last week, man. That was my goal this week to make sure you got it, my friend.
There's the kick,
Good kick.
end over end. Hits
Gotta
around
bounce.
the 24 and rolls inside the 15 to the 11. And that's where it is down by Carter Schneider and the Warriors. 2:27 remaining.
I mean, those are the unsung heroes, those plays we talk about, right? Mears, nobody's punting this game. Mears has been sitting on the bench the whole night. He comes out and drills a beautiful, beautiful punt.
Crowd's getting into it. The bench is getting into it. Everyone
game.
can taste it.
2:27 away.
Lakeland coming off the sideline, onto the field. Play called, ready to go.
Updated stats, by the way. Ty Castillo, birthday boy, 15 tackles.
Have a night, kid.
Fourth
Have
and
a
lies.
night.
Wow.
Michael takes a snap, looks to the sideline, overshot his receiver.
And we got to give credit, Savon Goodwin, 10 tackles.
Demarius Brown, the intended target.
You talk about a team that probably felt a little embarrassed after the last 2 weeks, has come out and has just played phenomenal tonight.
Thank you, Alicia. Thank you, Rick. Appreciate you guys.
And now you have a situation. I'm guessing they're going to run the ball a little bit, but Michael's going to have to throw.
2nd and 10.
Oh, is he quick?
And there's Michael running it into the open field, down around the 30. It'll be a Muskie first down.
And that's what he can do.
That's his strength. That is clearly his strength. He is fast.
Michael now up to 121 yards.
Clock
rushing.
running. 2:05 remaining. Handoff. Jatron Beverly to the right side. Gets out of bounds at the 37. The clock is your enemy if you are the Muskies. The Warriors, it's your friend, but you got to make them work for it.
But
2
Beverly
minutes
right
even.
Beverly right there. I mean, smart play. Got to the outside. Maybe would have tried for a couple extra yards. Got out of bounds.
He
Killed the
got
clock.
8. Clock running, 150. Beverly again, up the middle. First down. Clock stops, 147. Once the ball is set, the clock will start. Beverly a little slow getting up. Clock now running as they check the sideline for the call. Look for a pass. Beverly needs a break. It's either that or Michael. No, Beverly says, I can do it.
Oh, he got stood up by Goodwin.
Yeah, he's out of steam. The old Earl Campbell rope-a-dope. I can't get myself up, but when he does, he's ready to go. He takes the ball, and he gets hit immediately, and he goes down. I think he's just exhausted.
But that's Goodwin again. 11 tackles now in the night. Great play.
Ian said, hey, we've got to win, debut in the black unis tonight.
Might see those again in a couple weeks on the home turf.
I think you're right. Beverly's exhausted, but he took a hit.
Little surprise, Michael didn't keep that one, but hey, Beverly's been picking up the yards. Jatron having a night, 126 remaining.
And nor would we ever make an assumption that he is not hurt right now, but the advantage here is it does give Lakeland essentially a free timeout. But Beverly did get hurt. I mean, I'm not making that assumption at all. He's having a hard time coming off the field right now.
Boy, look at the smiles of these players on the sidelines. Marissa's just doing a fantastic job tonight. Just really, really good. Great job tonight, Marissa.
So
86 seconds left in this one. Hey, it might have been a timeout. It might have been a free timeout, but it gave the Warriors defense a chance to catch their breath, too.
Beverly, 34 carries tonight, 142 yards. Just phenomenal numbers.
Clock starts. Michael looks. Stepping up. Gets hit from behind! What a hit from behind, number 91, Alan Tavares. Now it's 3rd and 13. Clock running. We're at 1 minute.
Brown Deer representing now.
Michael looks left, throws, caught. Taken down in bounds. Nope, he gets out of bounds. Ooh, he fought to get out of bounds. Devin Martin refused to go down, and it's going to be 4th and 5.
Good on Devin Martin.
Even more than that. About 4th and 6, we'll call it, but it's a long 6. 53 seconds remaining.
Get your defense set. Get your defense set. So this play,
this
we've
is
seen
it.
This is that wheel route. You got to watch. They're not going to be afraid to have. They're not going to be afraid to have Michael run here if he sees that opening in the middle. You don't have Beverly.
Michael steps up, throwing left side.
That's incomplete.
It's incomplete. It's over.
That's game.
The Warriors are going to get their first win of the 2022 season. It looked rough early, but they just did not bend.
I'm a little surprised, and again, we don't know what the play call was. For Michael to go that deep, he's struggled throwing the ball downfield. I would have thought they would have maybe run a hitch. They only needed about 8 yards or so, but maybe they saw something on the outside. But it was great coverage, and the ball was way overthrown.
Lakeland scoring 21 points early. Early into the second quarter, they were up 21-10. And then field goal, field goal, field goal, and a touchdown.
And victory formation.
And victory formation for your Warriors. On homecoming in the all-black for the first time in school history, Coach Tresky and these Warriors refuse to break.
Matthew Davis, 19 of 28, 309 yards, 2 touchdowns.
We could have so many different players as player of the game. I can't wait to get to Monday, Gary, to tape the coaches show.
Oh my gosh, we're going to have fun with Coach Tresky on Monday.
What a game.
What a win for the Warriors. Your final from Robbie Stadium. Your Warriors 25, the Lakeland Muskies 21.
Those fireworks are going to be a little sweeter.
Warrior football on WLCsports.com. Whew. Take a deep breath, Warrior Nation. Celebrate your victory. As the handshake takes place, Matthew Davis.
Yeah.
You know what? Let's go back to halftime when they announced Gabe Morgan was allowed to come back in after that targeting call.
Place erupted.
The crowd went crazy. The bench went crazy. You got to wonder if that really was that extra boost that the Warriors needed, because they came out, that defense was locked tight in the second half.
He made a great play in the second half. I mean, a meaningful play in the second half.
On 4th down. What a game.
So I don't know who chooses player of the game here, but that's going to be a tough call.
I'm taking myself out of it, because there's about 4 players on defense. You got about 4 players on the offensive side, and we haven't even mentioned the guy that kept him in it, Hotfoot.
Yeah, that's a great point.
Come on now. Arnulfo Ortega.
All I'm going to say is we're going avant-garde on this one, boys.
So just real quick, Carter Schneider, 5 receptions, 138 yards, including the big play of the game, 74-yard touchdown. Justin Parves, 23 carries, 119 yards. Matthew Davis, 8 carries, 57 yards, quietly 57 yards rushing, but more importantly, passing the ball, 19 of 28, 309 yards, 2 touchdowns. On the defensive side, we mentioned it multiple times, Ty Castillo, 15 tackles tonight on his birthday. Phenomenal.
Well, I think Marissa made our decision for us.
She did. I'll head down there.
She is getting set up for our player of the game. Stay with us as she's getting set up. Gary's going down there to help her out. I'm not going to argue this call. And our scoreboard cam is working now on the clock, but that's okay. We'll shut Scott down as the fireworks get ready to go. Let's send it down to Marissa.
Yeah. I'm down here with our player of the game, sophomore kicker Arnulfo Ortega. You scored just about half of our points tonight between field goals and extra points here. I know you're disappointed with your performance last week. How does it feel to come back this week and have this kind of performance?
Yeah, it's a blessing, honestly. You know, coming back from a game like that I had, I was really disappointed in myself. Just obviously all week staying after practice, putting in my extra work. Obviously disappointed with myself. I got very high expectations for myself, and it's a blessing. It's a blessing not only for myself but for the team, put in the performance, and I was able to help them come out with the victory. So it's a blessing.
I'm sure your family's watching from Texas right now. You mentioned to me earlier this week they own a soccer academy. Anything you want to say to them? Anything you want to shout out there?
Mami, papi, los quiero mucho. Este juego para ustedes. Gracias por todo.
Thank you so much. Go celebrate with your team. Back to you guys up in the booth.
Great job, Marissa, with that interview. As we switch camera views, as the crowd gets set for the fireworks that are about to take place, as you might be able to hear them in the background. What a night for Warrior Nation across the country and beyond. A hard-fought 25-21 win over Lakeland. The Muskies got out to a 21-10 lead early, but you heard from our player of the game, Arnulfo Ortega. He was on fire. That's all. We'll send you to Gary here with some fireworks shots. Quick recap, Scott. I mean, what a game.
I think I'm dead.
You're not dead. Here you go.
Am I back in? Okay.
You're back in.
My recap. I think after seeing what happened the first 2 weeks, and to have a bounce-back game like tonight, especially defensively, I mean, that was just pride out on the field. It was fun to watch. Homecoming, I think last week they were embarrassed. I mean, you're celebrating 50 years. You had a lot of people in the crowd, and Carroll played great. I mean, hats off to Carroll. They played a phenomenal game. But to come back on homecoming and have both sides, all three, I should say, all three
phases. You're right, because they won the special teams game.
Yeah, I mean,
Ortega was great. He was so great.
That 46-yard field goal was huge.
Yeah, you think about all that momentum right before half. He kicks a 46-yarder. They get the word that Gabe Morgan can come back after halftime. So that lull that happens at halftime, that changed immediately. And it seemed like the crowd was into it. The bench was a little more excited. And that defense, credit to the defense. And then they held on long enough until Matthew Davis could connect with Carter Schneider. 74 yards, big touchdown, and a 25-21 win.
You could just see that developing. We just kept noticing those safeties. They were so focused on Parbs. They kept creeping up. And we were calling here from the booth, just take a shot downfield. It's down there, it's there, and it worked out perfectly. Schneider ran a great route. Davis laid it on him. You know, thankfully he kept his feet. He stumbled a little bit, kept his feet, 74 yards to the house. Ends up being the deciding score. Just a phenomenal game.
And let's not forget the defense we keep talking about, but Ty Castillo, what a night.
A heck of a fireworks show. Ty Castillo, I mean,
he was just incredible. Savon Goodwin, 11 tackles. Gabe Morgan, who thought he was done, 7 tackles, along with Kyle Kubaki. I mean, they really spread the wealth. And then Matthew Davis. I mean, what a night. At most nights, Schneider or Davis is your player of the game, but tonight wasn't most nights.
Yeah, and both running backs too. I mean, we have to say that too. And one thing we haven't mentioned yet. I mean, we hope that
Jatron Beverly is okay.
Beverly, yeah, because he went off and he did get hit hard. And that was his 34th carry of the game. I mean, those are ridiculous numbers. 34 carries, 142 yards, 3 touchdowns early.
Yep.
Coming off a game like he had last week. So we hope he's okay. But both running backs, Parbs had a phenomenal game. Even Michael for Lakeland ran the ball really well. 139 yards rushing for Michael. I mean, it's a fun game to watch. But I think again, all 3 phases clicked tonight. And when that happens and you make big plays, you're going to have results like you saw tonight, and it's a great win.
Well, I think the food's going to taste better. The drinks will be colder. Your bed's going to be softer. Everything's going to be better for the next 2 weeks. And we're back here. We get a break. We got a small break, unfortunately, or fortunately, depending on who you are out there. We're not back here until October 8th, 1 p.m. It's an afternoon tilt, as your Warriors will host St. Norbert.
And happy homecoming to everybody, Wisconsin Lutheran.
For Marissa Chevy, Gary Whipperman, Scott Rowie, Drew Whipperman, I'm Ed Rowie. Warrior Nation, enjoy this one. You will get to celebrate your 25-21 win over Lakeland. You've been watching Warrior football on WLCSports.com. Have a great night, everyone. Enjoy this victory, Warrior Nation. We'll see you in a few weeks on October 8th when your Warriors